Boop. Hello.
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 Wow, it's us here to play some
Meow.
Dungeons and
Wow.
Dragons.
What are the chances?
What are the chances? Almost every
Great.
Sunday, not every single Sunday, but almost every
No.
Sunday. This D&D game has been upgraded now because the DM's a doctor.
Oh.
Yes.
Doctor D&D.
Yeah.
Dr. D&D. That's
DDM.
actually that's a pretty cool name actually. I like that.
Doctor D&D. That's surely someone's read that already. Someone's got to be a Doctor D&D already.
Yeah.
Gonna have to
Don't
fight some pretty hefty dragons.
There'll be like a
Yeah.
DJ D&D too somewhere, I imagine.
Yeah, I imagine there is. Yeah. So
All the dragons are wearing
being
glasses.
a doctor now means that a lot of the combats and stuff will involve statistics and
Yes.
rigorous scientific methodology.
Good.
Otherwise, I'm pretty sure nothing actually changes. But
Oh.
Do we have to call you sir?
The
doctor, sir. Please, may I roll some
Doctor,
dice?
just Dr. DM will be fine. All right, okay, we're gonna play some D&D. Our players get given a prompt, or in some cases, come up with their own prompts, or in some cases, we use prompts from our chat, or from other sources, or from ourselves. And today, our prompt was provided by Malkavir. You were banned from the archives in Neverwinter. Why? Or otherwise known as, in this case, you were banned from a library. Why? In a non-canonical way. Let's say you guys were banned from a library. What did you do to get yourself banned? If you want to give us some prompts, lovely. Please do. Pop it in that form. Lovely jubbly. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll do a very brief recap whilst our players try and come up with some answers for that. Although they have had a few minutes already, so let's be honest, they've probably figured it out. I mean, this is just for your benefit. Last game, our players killed off some big ants. They're called ankegs, but they are essentially big ants in this particular instance. They are big ants, and they were defending the sentient food of this particularly long preparation table in a kitchen adjacent to a huge hall. A huge hall in many different regards, mostly because it is populated by giants, and our party right now are miniature. They are teeny tiny, they are very small, but this was only slightly ameliorated by the fact that they ate some pie, some big magical pie, and then they grew in size to about the size of a toddler in relation to the huge giants that are sat across the room. After eating the pie, you managed to grab the attention of the giants because, first off, you were tiny and they couldn't see you, but now they could because you were slightly bigger. And they seemed kind of uninterested in you. One giant at the end of the table seemed to kind of just be, watching you, not with a huge amount of interest, but, kind of like he was bored and had nothing else to do, munching on some food and watching you guys. Before Oro introduced herself, speaking in giant. This was extremely interesting to the giants because no one seems to speak giant, and we were able to fully appreciate just how articulate giants are. Whilst usually they are depicted in a way that suggests that they are very stupid, we learned that is not really the case. Giants are just as capable of being smarty pants and being very fluent in whatever language they speak. It's just that their tongue doesn't really fit, or rather, their growing up speaking giant means that they struggle with speaking common. So far, so good. Everyone's been very friendly. You guys have successfully managed to chat your way down the table, all the way down to Folgear. Folgear is the kind of the ruler of this particular location. He is the leader of these giants, and you petitioned him and said, "Hello, we are here to get a tribute from you for the Ursine Court because he's going to help us out. We're working alongside the Ursine Court. He said that you'd give him a tribute, please." Folgear said, "Sure, no problem. Happy to do it. But you will have to beat me in some kind of contest first." Doesn't seem too unreasonable. You've been asked to do more, difficult tasks. And you had some time to deliberate. He said you can challenge me to do absolutely anything. So you had some time, you sat down, you had a bit of a think, and you decided on a dance contest. A dance contest. And let's not, you're right. Let's not forget that Haiku knocked over a huge pot of boiling hot soup off the counter, taking themselves with it, killing
Knocked
all of the
over would
uncaged.
suggest it was accidental.
I don't think that does suggest it's accidental.
Oh, I think it does.
Okay, would you like to, how would you describe it?
Pulled over.
Pulled over, okay, sure. You pulled over the
Are you
pot.
driving?
Sure. The soup went everywhere. You fell a extremely long way. I think we decided it was about 150 feet or something. You took enough damage to knock yourself unconscious immediately. And you had to get saved by Nugget and Nerly. Yeah.
A little bit.
That rounds it up a little bit,
Yeah.
doesn't it? During that, all of the soup people that lived in there also died because they were living in that pot and they died from the full damage. So that's some innocent people that were murdered, and all of the egg people over here also died because of the anchor.
Yeah, but we couldn't do anything about that. That's not our fault.
Okay, well, some of us were directly involved in the murder of several sentient food people in the last encounter.
Well, look.
And the encounter before.
Yes. But we ended last session with you guys determining that you wanted to do a dance competition, and the rest of the party joining the table. And that is where we will start today's session after we've done our prompts. So you guys have been banned from, let's say, the library in this case, or the Archives of Neverwinter if you want to be a bit more precise. What did you do to deserve it? Oro.
Oro got banned because she never returned the romance novels that she borrowed. She's lost them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I'll never return them. And she's got like 20 of them, I think.
Were they not in any state to be returned?
They're well read now. I would want them back.
They're gone. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. That fits Oro nicely. That's very good. Okay. We're going backwards. Randall.
So I don't know if Randall was banned, but maybe effectively banned. Maybe they have a 3-strike policy and he's on 2 strikes, so he doesn't want to go back until he really needs something. And so I think he got his first strike for having too many books out at once. So just having going around and just collecting too many books. And then I think the other strike was being too noisy. So with his books riffling through pages and loudly making, not talking loudly, but just being
Just
too
being
busy
too
and
loud.
yeah. And so he's on two or 3 strikes. It's well, I don't want to go back and get another strike because I need to go back for something,
Okay, that's a good answer. That's a well circumvented considering Randall's love of books and respect for libraries. Okie dokie. Haiku. Also, just before we do start with Haiku, really look how incredible that string of emotes is that Jenny's just put in the chat. How perfect is that?
Surely there's a soup emote somewhere in the global emotes.
So on point. Wow. Sorry, Haiku.
Probably just general clumsiness. You've been to a library, they have really narrow gaps between the books. The walkways between the books.
Sure.
It's difficult to turn around when you're a turtle.
Yeah, maybe for some turtles more than others, when your shell is absolutely overloaded with items. But I think that's a good explanation. Okay, Nervily, how did you get banned?
I feel like it would have happened really soon after she left home, right? So she just you just take books when there's books available, right? And she asked somebody how a library worked, and they're like, "Oh, you just borrow them." And she's like, "Wow, okay." And so she just went in and just grabbed, a handful of books and just tried to walk out, and they thought she was stealing the books, and she couldn't convince them that she didn't understand how libraries work. And they were like, nah, this bitch is banned. She's like, she doesn't look this dumb. And it was like a huge misunderstanding that she couldn't talk herself out of.
I like that. I love the idea of very innocent Neurali getting herself banned simply through a misunderstanding from her own naivety. That is absolutely Neurali. Okay, fantastic. Good answers, everybody. Once again, thank you to Malkavir for providing that prompt. If you want to provide prompts and help us out, that'd be amazing. Prompts are hard to write. Very hard to write, especially when you know the players and their characters and you know what they won't want to answer. It's tough. It's a toughie. But thank you very much. And we will return to our game. Our game, where Oro and our party are stood on a long table, a dining table, the size of toddlers, surrounded either side by giants who are, some of them ignoring you completely. Some of them are just eating their food. They're grabbing things from bowls and they're doing it directly in front of you with no real sense about, trying to be respectful of your personal space or safe around small people. They're just grabbing things from bowls, like a huge hunk of chicken leg gets pulled out of one and it's snapped right in front of Randall, or there's a piece of bread that gets dumped into some fondue and the dripping hot cheese almost lands directly on top of Haiku, who at this point is still trying to wring out bits of soup anyway.
Do we notice that any of this food being eaten is alive?
I wanted to ask that question too.
That's a very good question. You can give me a perception check if you like.
Yeah, go on then. Okay,
Wow,
first roll
and
of the game.
that one, but still with a +10. You are not able to recognize any sentient characteristics in any of the food.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
The last
Still
thing
going.
I want to do is to have to hear Tom start describing food being like, yes, eat me. No, I don't.
Damn it, does anyone not give me a D6 so we can make Tom do that?
No, that'll end up being a sound alert.
It's true.
So is all of our party, you making your way from one side of the table to the other?
Is it just Oro that's competing in the dance-off?
It's difficult to determine that without having a conversation with Volgear. So far, it seemed from the way that Oro presented it to you that there was going to be a champion.
Okay, if we're not sure, then I'll go with her.
Yeah,
Okay.
we should probably stick together.
Sure.
I'm not dancing though.
Aww.
No happened.
Okay. You carefully navigate the table, trying your best to avoid the somewhat careless giants around you who are grabbing at pieces of food and holding bowls over you and drinking out of huge cups that are just kind of they're not even remotely being kind of in any way formal or polite about how they eat. This is the messiest table you've ever been at. In that everything that they are eating, at least 40% of it's going on them, dripping down on them, and also hitting the table around them as well. You can see from their plates are, for the most part, people seem to have just decimated half of the things that they've eaten, but in a very kind of imagine Wass's face in Lord of the Rings where he's eating the tomatoes and stuff, and it's just all really over the top.
Oh yeah.
Everything's just been half eaten, a big mouthful's been. It's very wasteful.
Denethor.
But it's just it's over the top in it more than anything. And you're navigating the table, making sure that you're again somewhat careful about it. Do you make any conversation with any of the giants?
Am I
Did
there?
she did
Or am I ahead of
You're
everyone?
all walking together as far as I'm aware.
Oh, and
did
if
Oro tell us? Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna make like if they're all eating like conversation of like, oh excuse me, oh that looks good. Oh very good, very nice. Oh very good technique there. And then good dodging around.
Technique.
Keeping your brand alive, knowing that they all know that you can speak giant. Whereas the rest of the party, is anyone else making any effort? So Randall can't understand unless it's written.
Yep.
Okay, did you cast tongues at the end of the...
I don't have tongues. I only have. I have basically the same thing again, but for herd as well.
Comprehend languages.
comprehend languages. That's what I
Comprehend
have.
languages.
So
Did you cast
tongues
that at
lets
the
you.
end?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, alright. In which case you're all walking along the table in kind of blissful ignorance, unless it's more like concerned ignorance.
Can I mime it though? Can I be like, oh, that looks tasty? Kind
You
of
can
like.
absolutely do that, 100%.
Oh,
All right, so you're going for a friendly tactic of presenting yourself well, even though these people don't seem to at least speak the language that you speak for now. Eventually, you find yourself at the head of the table, where you find Folgir. Folgir is sat next to Ralder, and they are kind of patiently waiting for you. At this point, Folgir, previously, you remember him as having this large braided beard that has like rings in it and stuff, and he's also got his own rings on his hands, like absolute just loaded with equipment and accessories. When you first approached the head of the table, Oro, previously, he was not even remotely fazed by you until it became an issue. But now he's waiting patiently as you arrive. Have you chosen, little one, how you will contest me?
How do you want to do a dance battle?
You would challenge me to a traditional, standard, normalized competition of dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralder, get the others. It's dance time. And he stands up off his chair and he starts doing some stretches.
Oh, limbering up.
Oh my god, I love it.
The other giants are, oh, dance battle, dance battle! Everyone starts kind of clapping and cheering, and the rest of you, apart from Oro, obviously have no idea what's going on. Everyone just suddenly gets very raucous, very loud. They all kind of stand up from their chairs. A couple of people are still they'll grab a couple of extra bits from the table and bring it with them so they can still eat it. But they all walk away from the table, so that you're all kind of stood on the table still, wondering where they've gone. Many of them grab the chair that they've got with them and they pull it with them to make a circle just off of the table to the side. Some of them sit down, many of them stay standing. In the center, Folgir stands, and they kind of just wait for you. One thing you've noticed absolutely about this whole scenario is that they are extremely ignorant of the fact that you are going to have difficulties navigating the terrain the way that they do. They're just like, why aren't you here already? They're impatiently waiting for you to have come to the dance floor, even though that you are tiny.
Could we get a hand over here?
Folgir kind of gestures to one of the other giants, and he says, Flascod, go, get them. And an elderly giant kind of comes over, and he's very grey eyebrows, grey mustache all the way down here, and he holds a hand out to you. Come on, little one. Oh, he grabs you. Anyone else? Get in the hand.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Maybe
get
if
in
he-
the hand. Get in the hand. Stand on it. Oh my god.
He's very big. You guys, you guys are toddler sized, but it's more of he's taking one hand for per person, so he's got two, and he's kind of just holding you. It's like a very uncomfortable seat, essentially. You're not minuscule. It's just you're this size, but he can hold you in one hand.
I try to sit like you would side saddle on a horse, so it's not like super awkward.
Yeah. That's the idea. Yeah. And he moves you to the dance floor. You are placed down next to Oro. The rest of you are left on the table, since you seemed to kind of ignore the request. Although he does turn around and he kind of looks over just to see if anyone wants a hand.
Yeah, I wanted to get on the hand.
Oh, okay, right. Well, Fast God comes back and he picks you up in whatever way. He kind of looks at Haiku and is just like confused about how to pick Haiku up without like prickling himself on anything that Haiku's got.
It's like a hedgehog.
I'll scooch into the shell so there's my underbelly. That's clear. Ish.
Okay,
know.
right.
Clear-ish.
Sure. Hi everybody in chat, by the way. I'm sorry, I've been very focused on the game today, and we've only been playing for a few minutes. How's it going? Nice to see you all.
Yeah, Stocks has no lights because his client's not updated.
No.
So he just looks a
Hello,
bit like
I'm the awkward one.
But show them your Christmas jumper.
Oh, yeah, Christmas.
Oh,
What
yeah.
does it say on it?
Ooh, all the way.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all
I
the
think so.
way.
Wow.
It might say something else on the back. I can't remember.
The
Yeah, Mal, it's
suspense.
Dr. Tom.
I think it might
It's
say the
Dr.
same
Tom
thing.
now.
Yeah, it's Dr. Tom now. And in true to form, I did already forget that I'm a doctor several times.
How could you?
It's just gonna. I think it's just gonna fade away into irrelevance. But it's really nice to have the first couple of days of being like, I'm a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
So the rest of you are dropped down, gently placed on the dance floor. Are you all going to stay in the middle of the dance floor, or are you going to kind of stand
No.
to the side? Under the...
God no.
I'm not going to be squished by a giant.
All right, okay. Dr. Tom, last name, so true, so organic. Okay, so as Folgear stands in the center, ready to go, Rolder, the female giant that was sat next to Folgear once you were talking to him, stands to the side and she unfurls a piece of parchment, and you can read it, Randall, from the angle that you're sat at, and you can see that it says official licensed dance contest rules.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh no.
There's a terms of service shit.
And she seems very studious and judicious as she prepares. She starts speaking out loud in giant, reading the rule set. And she says, "We will start with a basic groove, then a partner dance, followed by a quick step, followed by a one-on-one, the Dwarven Long March, and the final showdown."
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I have to point out that I
You
am
need a partner.
strongly inspired, if not entirely inspired, by Humperdinck's Wares. Thank you very much. They have a Patreon, though it's currently offline, so you can't subscribe to it. But this is a free clip out of a particular PDF they have. Thanks to them. It's the inspiration for this particular dance band. So,
Are we doing that thing where we're kind of like slightly off to the side, the three of us who don't speak giant, and Randall is doing like the quiet interpretation because
Yeah.
okay.
If it did the other giant start reading that out as like as well?
they are
Crazy.
reading out, yeah. No, so you don't see.
Okay.
So what you see is the official licensed, standardized,
Yeah.
like dance contest rules. You'll also see the headings because the text
But
is
not
large
the
enough.
text.
Yeah, so you'll see the headings of basic
Okay.
groove, partner dance, quick step, one-on-one, dwarven long march, dirty dancing, and then final showdown.
Catch
Okay,
me.
how secluded are we? Are we just like in amongst the crowd? Are we kind of on the stage? Like, I want to cast a
So-
spell, but I don't want to be like,
Ah.
I'm casting a spell.
Yeah. So they are many of them are sat down, not all of them, but the chairs are in a circle. Most of them are stood up behind the chairs with food, drinks, raucously cheering on. Whereas Folgear and Ralder are stood in the center.
Okay.
So my thinking was you were going to be sat down or stood up at the circle at the edge. You could take a seat, feasibly, but it's down to you, really.
I want to go up to Haikuna and be like, huddle. I need to cast a spell, but I don't want to be like, I'm casting a spell, so like, can we just stand like this for a second? And I want to try
I
and
can be in the way.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. like get up close to Haiku and just be like, I want to try and subtly cast comprehend languages.
Sure, okay. If you want to be trying to be subtle about it, stealthy, you might even say.
Yeah, stealthy about it.
I'll go for a stealth check. You can have advantage if you're using the huddle as a way to hide it.
And I've got a pretty dress on, and I'm like standing there and like swirling it, so I'm already distracting, but definitely more in the
Sure.
way than I would be otherwise.
Okay, let's do a little checky-boo. Okay, nobody sees you. At least it's not. No one immediately like calls out that you're casting a spell or anything. It appears that you've managed to succeed.
Cool.
So you've cast comprehend languages, yeah?
Yep. So
for
that's
1
for
hour?
an hour.
Okay, fantastic. So you can understand, but you can't say anything in giant.
And I will be relaying this to Nurli and Haiku.
Okay, fantastic. So by the time that you've cast that spell, they've kind of finished. They've kind of furled up the main parchment. But Oro, you caught it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the description that was given presented to the forum, as it were, was that there are several stages. Some of those stages require partners.
Right.
But whilst you are the primary champion, it just means that you need a second person to be like an asset, someone that kind of chimes in and gets involved in like the partner dance and stuff like that.
Okay.
Okay, so you are aware that you're going to need to pick somebody, and now is probably a better time to do it than during the dancing.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Randall would know this as well from reading the headings, right?
So you'd get the headings. You'd understand basic groove, partner dance, quick step, one-on-one, dwarven long ranch dwarven long march, dirty dancing, and the final showdown. You wouldn't get any of the subtext, but you could probably make some assumptions.
One called partner dance probably needs a partner.
Yeah, precisely.
Like,
While Randall is translating the headings to us, can I be like, what's a dwarven long march, Randall? What is that?
I don't know. I want to. Would I know what a dwarven long march is?
You can roll let's say a history check. That really needs to be like a cultures roll or something.
A culture
roll. Like history.
Oh,
doesn't
don't
really
say
cover
that.
it, but-
People are gonna start talking about Pathfinder. No, I'm kidding.
Anyone says anything about Pathfinder in the chat, I'm banning you immediately. You can hear
but there's a
hear
delay.
You can hear the backspace key from Malkavid.
Mal pops up. I was like, "There's the delay."
So what were you saying there, Doc?
Do I get a history advantage? Advantage history?
Probably not. No.
Okay. Well,
I'm
get
using it in a
21.
very broad state.
And I
Okay.
am proficient.
Okay, that is helpful to know. All right. So, with your 21, you are familiar with it because it's something that is usually it's a traditional dance that usually comes in during weddings. It's a dance that is, as you might get from the name, a dwarven long march. It is basically not even really about skill as such as it is about endurance. It is the longest dance that has ever been performed in any kind of formal setting. In dwarven culture, the idea is that you dance for as long as you possibly can as some kind of way to to say like this wedding is going to last for a very long time, and the longest that you dance for is supposed to be like a good sign for the marriage. So it's a test of endurance.
Okay.
It's a very like it's not about skill. It's just about doing this kind of particular stylized march for a long time.
Okay. So that's what it is, Nerly.
And there it is.
Gosh, you know so many things. Sometimes when you're
I know, it's
explaining
great.
them, it almost sounds like your voice changes.
It's like he goes into a bit of a trance. It's like he's not even
Yeah.
ramble anymore.
No, it's
Yeah.
the book. It's the book talking.
Yeah, that was dodgy.
Oh my god.
I knew that book is dodgy.
Dr. Book.
Talk to book.
Is Oro over with us, just hearing us do the like, oh, headings. Oh, okay.
No, Oro's currently in the center of the dance floor.
Okay, that's what I thought. Who's gonna be Oro's partner?
Oh, where's Nugget in this? We should probably.
And Nugget is quite happily flapped over to these guys.
Okay.
Nugget didn't require a lift.
No.
Feeding him toddler-sized relative sprouts.
Oh, the peas.
Just got one big one to munch on.
So I'm not with you guys. No,
Mm-mm.
I'm limbering up
So-
in the middle.
So that's going to be one of us, right?
I would think, but I don't
Well,
know.
it can't be one of the giants. Look at the size difference.
True.
Yeah, I feel like it would be pretty difficult to.
I mean,
To
I think
partner up
it
that way.
has to be one of you two. I mean, imagine me partner dancing with Oro.
Well,
That's not a compatible scaling.
I
So,
know.
for the
but
dirty dancing.
couple dances.
prior to Randall casting his spell, when the initial reading of the rules was going out, it was made clear that you could choose any partner. It didn't have to just be your comrades. It could be any. You could choose giants if you wanted to. You could choose anyone.
or even a bat.
This is just us talking. I figured.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Who can dance?
No, I can't.
Are you
I
sure?
know,
You're pretty athletic.
I suppose could I might be able to mime a dance.
Imagine how impressed it'd be if you like ran up a wall.
Maybe they could
Is that
interpret
dancing?
your dance, and it would be like talking to them.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like you're trying to throw me under the bus.
Under the
I don't know what a
dance
bus is.
Under the coach,
Yeah.
under the wagon.
Under the wagon wheel.
The wagon wheel. I feel like we're just like not casually, but like quietly saying those things off to the side, and you can continue.
Sure. What's Oro thinking about?
She's like, I got this. I just, well, whatever. I don't need to worry too much. Just make sure this back is is stretched out.
Does she have anyone in mind for a partner then?
I think it makes the most sense that it's Nugget, just because they work together so much, and and I feel like every other person would not want to dance.
The rest of us are all there, like awkwardly still on the sideline, like.
Don't pick me, don't pick me.
Oro looks over and is like, okay.
You see that Oro is stretching out like in the center of the dance floor, and everyone else is looking as rigid as possible. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, so not warmed up. Oh.
Wow, this ground
Full
is so interesting.
Primary school disco.
Yeah. Just drinking a panda pop, hoping no one notices.
Okay, well then, the music kicks up. Not this particular piece of music, 'cause apparently I couldn't find any intense dance music that I could use for free on Roll20, unfortunately. Because
How could they not stock that?
how could they not stock dance battle music? But then it starts kicking up. All right, the music's being played. You can see that there's a couple of giants who have sat down with the various instruments. You can see some drums over there. For some reason, they also have a harpsichord. I hate harpsichords. They shouldn't exist, but they do. Harpsichords are there.
I love
No, they're
harpsichords.
the worst.
Have you ever heard any Tori Amos with the harpsichord? Come on.
Harpsichord, just a terrible instrument.
I'm gonna send you a Tori Amos song. It'll be great.
Okay. But there's a bunch of different instruments over there being played by a variety of giants, and it's funny because you have this this kind of stark contrast between the messiest eaters you've ever seen on this table, and then like they're all like kind of boisterously pushing each other around and jeering and laughing and cheering, and then they get over to their instruments, and these just like extreme professionalism comes over there. They just immediately start like taking it extremely seriously. But they get into the kind of jolly spirit. Music starts playing quite loudly, and then the bass line comes in. And it indicates to you that it's time for a basic groove. What I would like for you to do is give me a performance check, please. A straight up performance check.
Okay. Do I get advantage because I've stretched beforehand?
No.
Damn it. You said performance, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, even with a +9, that's rough. The basic groove starts out. Oro's stretched herself out, but she didn't get into the rhythm just yet. She's still feeling out the beat. But unfortunately, it seems like things aren't maybe going super duper well for the first round of our dance contest as Folgear, wow, amazing, right off the bat, just starts kind of like tap 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 tap. It's amazing, fantastic dancing from Folgear right off the bat. And this kind of goes on for a couple of minutes. You guys get a little bit of a groove going on. After maybe 60 seconds or so, you have shaken off the nerves.
Yeah.
You're a performer, but it's been a little while. And dancing maybe wasn't your immediate forte, something that you did a little bit, but yours was more of a scripted thing, not freestyle, So you've shaken off the nerves, you're getting into it now, okay? So now we're moving on to the partner dance. You can hear the bass line shift a little bit, and a second instrument comes in. Oh my goodness. Who's she gonna pick?
Nugget.
You point over. Part of your dance moves, Nugget does this kind of like comical like who me, but like in a dance move kind of way, like who me, and it starts like it starts like and then starts timing the flaps of his wings. And he comes on over, and in this case we will have the partner dance. Okay, and what I want you to do is I want you to be performing your charisma performance check. I want you to do one for both you and for Nugget. As Folgear grabs someone from the crowd, he grabs Maldud. This is an individual who has the big mohawk and wasn't not even remotely expecting to be dragged into a dance competition, and has just been completely taken off of unawares. Which gives them a significant disadvantage. So I want you to do a performance check for yourself and Nugget, please.
Okay. 20 for Oro.
Oh my god.
And 17 for Nugget. Wow.
Nice.
Wow, with a -2 also. Damn,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
right. For Folgear, I
Nugget be
rolled a
grooving.
7, and for Maldud, I rolled a 6. So not great for those guys.
Came out strong, confidence got to their head.
Confidence got to their head. Maldud was grabbed by Folgear, who was clearly expecting a little bit more attention from Maldud, as he kind of grabs his arm and whisks him into some kind of dive to like drop him too close to the floor. Maldud was not expecting it at all, and holding a big hunk of chicken leg, drops it on his face. Just kind of gravy goes everywhere. Drops.
Chicken leg goes.
It's a bit of a dud. So close to fulfilling my destiny. And the bass line this time starts to be much faster. We've got a quick step. It's time for a quick step. So now I want to whisk Nugget back off of their paws, feet, claws, hands, I don't know. And you're now dancing. You're still dancing together. You're still doing a partner dance, but it's the quick step.
Okay.
All right, okay. So as one, the two of you are quickly moving across the dance floor, ensuring that you are, part of the same unit. Now, this is a performance check, but you will be using your dexterity modifier, not your charisma modifier.
Okay, so do I just roll
so
dexterity?
Roll a 1d20 plus your dexterity, and then plus your performance modifier.
Okay.
So for you, if I get a little Oro page up.
How do
so
I
that
roll
should
this?
be
/R.
/R,
It's in space?
1d20.
1d20.
Can you just roll performance and then add your dexterity to it?
Or is it already going to add charisma to it?
Oh.
4 is your proficiency, 5 is from mods, which will be
Yeah.
charisma and stuff. I don't know.
So
So
1d20 plus
roll.
4 plus 5?
1d20
Oh, I see.
plus. Where's your. Dexterity, so that's plus 4, plus your proficiency bonus, which is also plus 4.
Okay.
But that's less than the normal
Oh,
performance.
I've given
roll.
you the wrong numbers. I've given you the numbers. Well, you know, because performance is charisma plus. No,
Yeah, but Oro's charisma, Oro's modifiers are plus 4 for proficiency and plus 5 for mods. So I don't think Oro has a plus 5 charisma, so there's another modifier in there.
She's got expertise, I think, from her
She's got
background.
expertise, yeah.
Right. And the rogue
So
stuff.
You probably want to
So-
include that as well. Otherwise, it's
Yeah,
actually
you're
a
right.
lower roll.
No, you're right. You're right.
So wouldn't
And
it?
it probably
What is?
shouldn't be.
Hold on. Question. What
Can
is
I-
your
can I do-
charisma and what is your dexterity?
That's the easiest one, yeah.
My
Just-
charisma
Your
Is-
modifier.
1.
1 and a 4 for dexterity.
So just
So-
roll performance and add 3.
Yeah, it's a plus 11.
Can I do? You can refer to. So at like curly bracket performance _ bonus. That's a thing. Like, could you add that into your rolls? Anyway, that's for another time. Okay, 19
Plus
Plus
3.
a 3.
plus 3.
So
So that's
22.
22. Roll this onto this.
You said your dex modifier is a 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
nuggets
okay.
as well.
Yeah, and nuggets as well, please.
His
These guys are
charisma is a
rolling-
-2 and a dexterity is a 3.
So plus
Great.
5 onto that, so 11.
Yeah.
I'm rolling a lot worse at this than I had ever hoped.
That's all right. Makes up for that time when you rolled really well.
that time.
That
That
time.
time.
Yeah,
Okay. That time.
Check the tapes.
Roll it back.
Just remember those Kuotoa on the bridge trying desperately to hit you. Oh man, bad days. All right, so you successfully beat their score by a grand total of 7 points as
Good points.
they get their asses kicked on the quick step. Yourself and Nugget, just amazing, incredible.
Nimble.
It's like you're
So fast.
You're kind of like you're moving in the quick step, but you're like taking breaks to let go of Nugget so that Nugget can flap and keep up with you, which is just kind of adding to the sheer drama of the whole thing. You know, it's like you've performed it. Now it's a one-on-one. Okay, your partner flies away. You release Nugget, and
Spinning
instead you
into the
turn-
crowd.
spin them into the crowd. You return back to full gear, and it's time for a bit of a freestyle one-on-one. You need to describe to me what dance moves you're gonna do, and then roll a performance check for it.
Okay. Me earlier. Tom, do I need to prepare anything? Tom, no, you don't need to prepare anything. You'll be fine.
Yeah, and then
Tom,
immediately
give me
afterwards you
3
said,
seconds.
"Oh, it's okay." Like, it's okay. I can come up with.
Yeah, I can make some shit up, but I know. Oro does a backflip into a slide on her knees, which she then does a another backflip back onto her feet,
Oh
and
my god.
then she does the floss. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, all right. Volgear attempts the salsa. So I this little solo salsa.
Oh.
See that his shirt, like his undershirt, that's like covered in like gravy and grease, starts to like become a little bit loose, like clearly a button has popped or something. And because it's like a strap has come undone, and because it's looser now, it's starting to look a little bit like a dress around him.
Oh.
As he's salsering on the spot. So, a cheeky little performance check, please. You get an advantage for that description. Volgear rolls normally. It's an 18.
Oh, 28.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, Volgear's getting his ass kicked here.
Well, this is why we picked Dance Battle and Oro.
Dance Battle and Oro, yeah. I mean, he's doing okay as things go, but you can kind of see as he's like trying to salsa around a little bit that the allure of the salsa moves is lost a little bit when you can see like bits of sauce and grease flying off of him when he's moving around. It's a bit rough. It's also not a great solo dance for Volgear. Either way, we move on to the Dwarven Long March. Okay, in this case, I want you to do a straight-up Constitution check, please. As you move into the Dwarven Long March, this is a move that you have only heard of in tales. You have no idea of its cultural significance because you weren't there when Dox was revealing any of the information. And because of that, you also don't really know how long it's supposed to go on for. So you kind of have to just go with the beat and desperately hope that you have timed it correctly. So you're going to roll with disadvantage, please, for your Constitution roll.
Okay.
Can I see if Oro being a bit unsure of what to do? Is that like a visible thing? And if it is, can I try and mime some of the some of that history to Oro whilst we're dancing? To be like, this one goes on for a long time. It's about stamina.
Oro, do you think that you would let that show, or do you think that you're such a seasoned performer that you don't know that?
I mean,
facade
if
slip?
this is a thing that I don't know of, I would probably be like, I don't know what I'm doing here, and I would. I know that Randall knows a lot of things, so maybe whilst I'm like mid stretching to the next one, I like turn around to the group and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do?
All right. Well, I'd like to hear a little bit about how Randall manages to mime that information.
I think it's like lots of like little dance moves, and then just like, just like that kind of thing. To be like, just keep going.
Okay, all right.
Just keep
all
going.
right. You get it.
Just keep dancing. Just keep dancing.
Yeah, exactly.
In which case, if you're willing to, okay. In which case, if you're willing to stick your neck out and try and grab Oro's attention and give it and kind of communicate that information, we can take that disadvantage away and take the 15.
Hell
you
yeah.
kind of recognize there that you need to like really drag this out for as long as you possibly can. I can tell you right now that Folgy got a 16.
6.
Oh, I do have a
Got a
D6.
D6. Mm-hmm.
Is it too late to use a D6?
Don't ask that, just do it.
You can use D6 if you want to use D6.
I do.
17.
Okay, all right. You successfully keep the Dwarven Long March up for longer than Folgear does. It's not so much that he runs out of stamina. It's more that he hears a lilt in the song and thinks, "Oh, that's the end," and then he stops. But you don't.
Error.
You know better. You know better. You keep it going, and you look a lot more professional than he does doing it. Okay, now is time for the dirty dancing. Okay.
Oh god.
Folgear runs towards
Covered in
you.
gravy.
Oh no.
Folgear runs towards you.
Oh no.
You can tell he's going for a lift.
Would I be able to see this in time to cast levitate.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
I will absolutely be casting
You're gonna get
levitate.
us. All right. Okay. In what can only be described as an extremely unfair move, it appears that Folgir is going to try and get a toddler-sized Oro to lift him, who is an adult size, like a huge giant, and he dives into your arms or towards your arms, and
He's
as you
gonna
kind of
murder me.
cover yourself, like, oh my god, Haiku uses levitate, and he just kind of stays put in the air. What are you doing in this case?
Me?
Hmm?
I guess I'm like going like that first, and then I see that levitate has been cast, and I just like, ooh.
So you put your hands up as if you're lifting them.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's say you've got the lift off, right? Incredible. You're doing the amazing lift. It looks completely, absolutely like you are holding up Folgir. He looks down. He's very confused. But the lift has to come to an end. What do you do?
I can't. What happens at the end of levitate? Do they like when you're levitating? Can you still move around?
No. So when you're levitating,
just
you are
stuck.
completely stationary unless an outside force touches you.
How?
So you can.
space.
In fact, he has no weight, no mass.
Oh
You
right,
can
okay,
move him around as much as you like.
right.
Spin him on a finger.
You could basketball him. Yeah, you could do a basketball spin, easy peasy. But at the moment, he's up above you. If the levitate spell gets dropped, he will drop.
Yeah.
It won't be a sudden thump. It will be a slow glide, but you're still underneath him. You could move him, but unless you guide him to the floor, he's gonna still look like the levitating spell is still gonna be on.
Okay, I want to like turn him around like poetically, like I'm dancing, like I'm turning around, and then like
Wow.
slide out of the way or something like that. So I'm like, "You still know." I don't want to like spin him off into a group of giants and like cause a fight to happen.
Yeah, that's
So
smart.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
trying
you,
to
so
be
you
gentle.
like a gentle spin.
Gentle, but like like it's a dance move sort of thing. Like
Right. Okay.
I'm not like yanking him around and ready to
Okay,
throw it.
so you're doing that, and then you're gonna get out of the way and just kind of leave him floating.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you kind of give him a little bit of spin, then you leave him floating. Are you gonna leave the spell going, Haiku?
I mean, I don't know if Aura wants the spell to be cancelled or not. Sounds like she wants him to stay floating.
I guess when I slide away, I like point at a haiku, hoping that will be an indication
as
of
soon as I see
a
the
like.
point, I'll cancel. I'll stop. casting.
Okay, all right. So you spin out of the way. The levitation spell is dropped. Okay. What I want to do then is I want to roll. I want Haiku to roll me a dexterity check to see how quick you were with the dropping of the spell. To see if anyone else can notice. It's going to be your dexterity check against the insight of the crowd to see if anyone sees any
dancing, I have
hijinks.
to do a dexterity. Dex save.
Nice.
I rolled a 15. I rolled a 15.
Oh, shit.
That's very good. That's very good. Okay,
Solid.
well, you managed to drop the spell just in time so he floats to the ground gracefully instead of looking quite obviously like he's still just been left in the air. Which means that nobody sees any flaw with this. No one sees and thinks that this is a magical spell. You guys are fucking with us. No one sees any problem. They just see a small, toddler-sized goblin lift and
The
spin
strongest
a
goblin
giant
alive.
and then spin and get out of the way. Amazing. Okay, well, he gently floats to the ground. He gets up, he looks confused, and then he knows that the final stand is the final showdown. It's the last thing that you need to do, and that is the dance. Your final dance. I want to hear your dance moves. I want to hear what you come up with.
You motherfucker, give me Do I? Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Okay, my final dance moves
Mhm.
that I have to do by myself. I don't have any.
Yep, just you.
Okay, great. Hold on a minute.
Googling dance moves.
Dance moves. 10 basic dance moves anyone can learn. No, I don't need to learn it right now. I just need a glossary or something.
Have you ever heard that old song? It's like, is it from the 50s or 60s? I think it's 60s probably. And he's talking about how like somebody left him because he couldn't dance, and then he just starts listing off a bunch of dance moves.
No, but I like what I do. I like the concept of
That
So
actually
you left me when I couldn't dance.
that.
Literally.
that has inspired me. She moonwalks back to the center of the stage, and
Nice.
then she does the Macarena.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, the
nice.
Macarena, the dance craze. Insane.
Oh my god,
Okay.
do all the giants get inspired by her Macarenaing to join in?
Oh
my God.
We'll see how good her roll
You
is.
have to roll
because
wisdom saves to not join in.
Folger
Yeah.
is gonna do the cha-cha slide.
No, I
Oh,
almost picked
another
Cha-Cha Slide,
classic. Ice skating classic.
So whomever, what we're gonna do is whomever gets the higher roll on this one, that's who everyone joins in on.
Okay.
All right.
No pressure.
No pressure. Okay. Roll your dexterity. So not your dexterity. Your charisma performance check, please. Just normal old performance check.
Normal form.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I rolled it at disadvantage. It was 21.
Oh damn. Okay. Yeah, I rolled a 17. Shit.
Oh.
All right. Well, you start the Macarena. Shit, and the crowd goes wild. Oh!
We fucking love the Macarena.
We fucking love it. We love the Macarena so much. And a huge round of applause goes off, and multiple people break out from their applause to go start Macarena next to you. Thorgeir slumps to the ground for a moment, kind of looks up at the sky, and kind of like arcs his back a minute, just make sure he's stretching it out a little bit because he feels rough. And he stands up and is like, "Yeah, okay," and he joins in the Macarena.
Yeah. Aw.
I want to join in the Macarena as well,
You want to join the Macarena?
but badly.
It's, are you sure
Don't
you
know
want to do
what
it
to do.
badly? Because it's so. I mean,
It's basically
nice and easy
mining.
to follow.
The Macarena is miming.
Oh. Then I do it perfect.
What is that? What is that dance that we did, Katie? When I was visiting in Texas,
The two-step, probably?
was it the two-step?
I don't know.
couldn't remember.
When
I
did we
couldn't
do it?
remember.
Where were we?
We were at
Who are you?
your friend's house party thing.
Mm-hmm. I have no memory of this. What, I remember going there and hanging out. I
Uh-huh.
don't remember dance.
Yeah, we danced. You taught me the
So-
dance. I forgot the dance, but we did the dance. You
What
said
kind
it was
of
a
music
dance.
was on?
You said it was a
Okay.
dance that everyone does at like discos and stuff. It's like a dance
At
that everyone does.
Discos?
I mean, maybe.
That's a very specific thing for America.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Maybe not. That
Okay,
then.
probably not a disco. Was
Might
it
have
a
been the
line?
two-step?
No. It was probably a line dance. This is probably why
It was.
just-
It was. We were on the spot.
we just went like to the side and then like back and then like back and then forward, probably all like in a line. Were we all in
There
a
was,
line?
I mean, we were in a line.
Probably was a line dance, which is a very Texas thing. Here, one second.
Yeah. I know what a line dance is. We were in a line. I don't think it was necessarily like what I would imagine a line dance as.
Yeah, probably not. That's why I'm like, man, communicating this is gonna be.
Okay,
It's gonna be
all right.
great.
Maybe we need to figure this out.
I'll go
another
find.
time.
I'll go find. I'll find an
Okay.
example and be like, do you
Anyway.
mean this?
I can't remember it that well. Anyway, the round of applause continues. Everyone cheers. Eventually, Oro is lifted up and gently shaken
Ah.
Woo!
in a This is amazing. So basically, we are learning that Dr. Tom has no moves. That's extremely. That's everyone understands that, right? That doesn't need to be described. I got no moves. I mean, I dance a lot, but not well. And only in my kitchen. Oro is the victor.
Yay!
Oro is the victor of the dance battle.
Oh yeah.
I expected that to go slightly better for Fulgear, but really, at this point, I shouldn't be surprised.
Oro's now king of the giants.
You are celebrated by all of the giants. Everyone is amazed by you. You get visited by just about every giant in there, especially Jurgud. Fastgod comes back over to you and Muldud. And they are all kind of like, that was amazing. You're an incredible dancer.
Oh, thank you. I
It's
appreciate
been a long time since Fulgear has been bested in any of his contests.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm honoured.
It's just so nice to see him lose for once, you know?
Gotta be humbled sometimes, you know?
Sometimes you gotta be humbled. He wins so frequently. It's becoming a bit of a problem. He's got a bit of an ego. And it's just nice to see him taken down by someone who's not just small, but really small, you know?
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like
I'm happy to
really
do it.
small.
Yeah, I'm really quite small. Yeah.
So small. And it's just great to see.
I'm adorable.
You know, 'cause-
yeah.
Yeah, okay, we could use that word, yeah. It's just...
We can use that word.
It's just impressive. It's really incredible, honestly. I just want to make sure, you know, we're all very grateful to have you here. Obviously, you and your comrades can have as much of the food that you want to eat. Some of it is sentient, so do avoid the sentient food unless you're conscious about eating sentient food.
Only some of it?
wants to be eaten, which is just great. Everyone wins. Just, you know, I thought I'd make you aware of that. Otherwise, you have a sit down. You know, Fulgear will come over once he's, you know, licked his wounds.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure you'll get the help you need.
Yes, we did know about the sentient food because you seem to have an ant problem up at the table. Just letting you know if you.
Oh, I'll tell Maldon about that. He's the cook.
Yes, deep ant problem. Okay,
Deep
well,
ant problem.
thank you. I'm fun-sized. Exactly.
All right, you guys are reunited as the other giants are. The other giants are occasionally like coming over and like it's like I like to imagine that they didn't know the Macarena.
Yeah.
And now that they have learned the Macarena, thanks to you, they have. They're all kind of like doing it again, trying to like remember the steps. And they kind of. They leave you to it for the most part, but you guys get an opportunity to chat to one another for a short while before Fulgear comes over.
Oh my god, Haiku, good job on the levitate thing. Jesus Christ, I would have died.
I mean, yeah, what the hell was he thinking?
I don't know if he intended to kill me there, but I would have died.
It really did seem that way.
I don't know why they had that round at all. That wouldn't have worked either way. It's not like you could have jumped and he caught you above his head, could it?
No, I don't know. I thought Dirty Dancing meant a different thing anyway, so
Very good. I mean, I don't know dancing, but I need dirty. What the hell are you thinking?
nothing. Anyway, so thank you, Randall. I didn't
you
know
did
what
so
that other
well.
thing was.
No, you did well. You did it great.
Thank you. Couldn't have done it without everyone's help, and most importantly, the Macarena.
My new deity, the Macarena.
Oh my god. A paladin of the Macarena.
Okay, well,
we
Fulgear.
get back to our normal realm and just everyone's doing it everywhere.
Oh,
A wildfire.
Spread like wildfire. The return of Fulgear is a modest one. As he comes back, he's a lot less proud and confident. But he comes over and he sits next to you. Where are you guys at the moment? You're like on the table? Are you on the seats? Are you on the floor?
Where did they take us? Where did the one who was like carrying us off or whatever? Where did he set us down?
So originally you were set down inside the ring of chairs, like on the floor next to him.
I probably didn't go too far.
No. I have no ability to get back anywhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So he comes down and he sits in the chair next to you. You can hear it creak underneath his weight as he sits there, and he kind of he leans over and he's kind of mumbles to himself, "Well done, you beat me. Much better dancer than I."
Thank you. It was an honor.
I'm glad to have met you for the dance competition of a lifetime.
Oh yeah.
How did you lift me?
I didn't. The Lord did. I point to the Lord. It's like
The Lord.
And he looks over to Haiku, and are you gonna try and take credit for that, or say try? Are you going to take credit?
Giant. I haven't a clue.
No, yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Unless
How about Randall?
Randall's translated.
Yeah, I'll translate it as they're talking.
Oh, I thought I just showed the gauntlet.
you would have killed me. You know that.
I wasn't going to kill you.
You
You're
were
too small to lift me, so I was going to stop
you were going
myself
to-
before I hit the ground.
Well, you kept it very fine.
I
thought I was
did.
gonna
I'm
die.
very good at dancing,
I can tell.
but you're just very skilled. Clearly, you have been dancing for a long time.
I
Many
have.
centuries, probably.
Yes, many moons.
Even one such as I, someone who is great at everything, cannot possibly best you.
Not today.
Not today. Well, very well. I would like to give you your tribute, though I'll have you know that I planned to give it to you regardless. Mostly because I thought it was impossible for you to beat me.
Oh, God.
So instead,
you.
I will give you a tribute and a gift. He stands up and he walks to the far side of the room, and you can
He's a
see
sentient
that
thing.
he was the he moves to the other side of the room. You can see that on the wall there is a kind of a small kind of hutch almost. You can see there's like some hay that's sticking out of it, and like a hatched window, and it kind of opens up, and you can hear a kind of.
Wait, sorry, small relative to us or relative to the giants?
Oh, it's relative to the giant. No, it's massive compared to you guys.
Okay.
And he opens up this kind of hutch window, and he rustles around, he sticks his arm in there, and he pulls out a golden egg, which he walks back over to you and places down next to you. It is sizable. It is the size of Haiku's shell.
Oh. What? Oh, this is a mighty gift.
That is the tribute.
Oh, thank God. I didn't know how we were going to carry this around.
The golden goose egg.
Oh.
And this is for you. He takes a ring off of his finger and he places it down next to you.
It's a bracelet.
It is, yeah, no, it's not a
It's a hula
bracelet.
hoop.
It's a belt.
It is huge. Yeah, it's a belt for you. Yeah, it's massive. And he places it down next to you. You can see that it's got like kind of very fine golden engraved patterns all around. It's a gold band basically, but it's quite thin really. But it's got kind of quite clearly like designs all the way around the outside that have been made very finely. That look kind of there's a lot of kind of like harsh angles in the design, which it would immediately kind of betray to you that it's it's dwarven kind of make.
Right.
It is huge though. It is not a ring for you right now.
Mhm.
And he says, "This is from one expert to another."
Oh my God. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Now, feel free to join us for some celebrations.
Yes, we'd love to. Right, guys, you want to have a celebration?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
I feel like as this is happening, celebrations, like, it's gonna take longer. So I just like reach into the bag of holding and I pull out one of the bottles of like the magic water and like a clean cloth and just kind of like
Sure.
surreptitiously dab a haiku and nugget.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was concerned about.
Yeah. Okay.
Time is a thing me and Nugget don't necessarily have.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know, it's very, very wise to keep on top of that. So you guys are surrounded by giants who are not amazing at, spatial awareness, but they are kind of joyfully, raucously enjoying some mead and some food and each other's company and some music now and a couple of extra dance moves apparently. So what is it that you guys want to... I mean, you're going to have some downtime for this particular little celebration. Is there anything particular you want to do? In fact, rather than me asking you particularly, what I'm going to say is I want something from each of you. What are you doing at this party? What is one activity that you take part in?
I go and find their desserts. And I want to try a little bit of every single giant dessert because, like, I feel like the food either looks super common, not mundane, but like, that is a chicken leg. But then there's also stuff that looks so just like foreign to her that she's like, what the hell is that? And I just want to try all their desserts.
Lovely, excellent answer. You find the creme de la creme is an Eton mess.
A what?
It's
An
already
Eton
eaten.
mess.
Eton mess.
Yeah, it's already gone. Someone else has eaten
E-T-O-N.
it.
Yeah, it's someone else. Eton mess. It's strawberries and meringue and cream.
It's good.
Oh, okay. Oh, that does look good.
I said that out loud and I realised that might be quite a British thing.
I think it is.
Oh, it's called
A
Eton
traditional
Mash.
Eton,
English
yeah.
boba.
with its
Eton.
name being Eton, yeah.
I thought
Okay.
you said Eton, like E-A-T-E-N.
Yeah, that makes
and
a
I
lot of
was
sense.
like,
Yeah. That doesn't sound like the creme de la creme.
I thought they used to
That
go
doesn't
yeah.
sound great.
It's already
Alright.
been eaten, and
It's
a
only
mess.
great because it's not screaming.
Everyone else?
I wanna try and learn this dance that Aura's done from
Yeah.
from the giants, like with the giants, and, like miming it. I'm trying to pick
So you're
up.
trying to learn it from the giants, not from Oro.
Well, I think like with the try and learn it with the giants because they're all like trying to remember it. I assume, and I imagine
yeah.
that none of them are quite getting it right
Sure.
because they're all doing it from like having seen it once. I'm just like joining them with that.
I see the struggle and I start conducting a dance class for everyone.
There's a giant mirror that we can all look
Okay,
at.
all right. Fantastic. What I want then is for you to roll a performance check with advantage because you're being helped by Oro.
Oh, do you want to check?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no.
with advantage.
Oh no.
You successfully learn it.
Yes.
You successfully learn the Macarena.
This will
Skill
come in
unlocked.
handy.
You're not amazing at it, but you've got all the moves down.
But I'm gonna be the best dancing monk in the monastery.
And you suspect that? I suspect you take some notes.
Oh, absolutely.
You take
I think
some-
that's how
take
it
some
started.
notes.
Like, the first part was just like trying to remember the whole thing and writing it down. Like, left
Yeah.
hand goes here. 3 beats later, right hand goes here.
That is amazing. Okay, everyone else? Oh, and by that I mean Oro's already said that she's leading a dance class, so just haiku then.
I don't know, probably trying to figure out how to get this egg onto the shell. Anyone who can carry it.
the practical one of the party.
God, what's gone wrong here? What the fuck?
Okay, so you're gonna manage some kind of way to strap the egg on.
Yeah, I've still got to clean this soup off with me.
Okay,
Well.
all right. Cleaning some soup.
Onion chunks in there.
Yeah, chunks of onion. chunks of mushroom, potato. Lovely. Okay.
Can
now
Nugget be
party.
playing with the dog?
Absolutely, 100%. Happily,
Amazing.
contentedly dancing around with it. So what is it? What is it you guys want to do overarchingly? What's your goal now?
I want to ask how we leave.
Yeah. How do we get back to the
Sure.
Ursuline Court?
Yeah.
We also
And-
need to
and-
figure out how to get back to being normal size.
That's the other question, because we're the same size as Oro, right? So this isn't even like she's goblin sized relative to us. We're all the same size, so we know that this is not right.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is that
so
true? I assumed
I
it
mean,
was
you
all
guys are
just
all-
small, but our own like versions of small.
you're all the
thi-
right. You're all proportionally the same. Like in proportion to
Oh.
each other, you're the same size.
I thought last time you said that Oro was the same size as us, and so
No,
it was.
if I did, I misspoke.
I probably just misunderstood.
I mean, it's entirely possible that I just said the wrong thing. That wasn't my intention. Hi, Noko.
Hi, Noko.
So you managed to get the ear of Folger again at one point during your conversations, and you say to him, "Where do we go? Like, how do we get out of here? we got places to be."
Where is stage right so that we can exit, please?
Yeah,
Thank you.
right. And he says to you, "Oh, where you want to go to the Ursine Court with your tribute, of course."
Yeah.
Very well, very well. Okay, we can arrange that. Now,
Yeah,
or
I mean, probably now. I look at everyone. Do we want to go? We want to go now, right?
I don't think we want to stay the night here. So, you
Yeah.
know, some point
Not even
today.
this night anymore.
Horror turns around. Yes, please. As soon as possible.
Aiku's been so emo on this particular encounter. Oh my god. Okay. He says, "Okay. Oh well.
Sorry. Oh my god.
The giants just say."
Hunt them through the Feywild.
The Folger kind of says in giant, "Everyone, say goodbye to our guests." And many of the giants just kind of chipping in, "Goodbye!" And you hear one giant attempt to say goodbye in common. And he goes, "Goodbye!" Before Folger kind of gets all of your attention and just blows some kind of dust in your face.
Oh.
All you hear is fee fi fo fum, get the fuck out of here. As you
Classic.
awaken staring at a field of white, and you note shortly after that these are clouds above you, and beside you is a huge beanstalk that appears to be growing all the way into the sky. You sit upright, and you can see on the horizon is the Ursine Court. You are amongst the grass, just outside of it.
Holy shit.
Bye. See you later, fuckos.
I-
We need to figure out if we're normal sized.
Yeah.
You
How
appear
big
to
is the
be
grass?
normal-sized. Compared to the grass, you appear to be normal-sized. Yeah.
We have the golden egg with us. Is that carryable size?
The golden egg is on the back of on the back of Haiku. It is still huge.
And I have the golden ring, right?
You do have the golden ring. The golden ring is now actually in your pocket. It is pocket size now.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Do y'all remember climbing down? She doesn't say y'all. Do you all remember climbing down? I don't remember climbing down.
Do we feel weird? Like, is
Not really.
oh. I don't know what happened. We didn't
The
climb down.
beanstalk's roots seem to untether themselves from the earth and start moving into the clouds above you.
It's a reverse beanstalk.
That's probably where we came from.
That was that.
Not even
I keep
surprised.
just having flashbacks to all this shit they've been through on the way. How easy this was.
Yeah. Where's
Giant
the catch?
magic is different.
Yeah.
Do you
Don't
think
like
the
it.
dust was for show, or do you think he had to use that?
Maybe a bit of both.
Probably a bit of both.
Wait, did he knock us out?
I sneeze from the
Oh
dust.
yeah, how long has it been? It might have been like a week, and they've just like.
Oh God.
Giant time passes even more weirdly. It's like Feywild time plus giant time. And we're just...
Oh,
They
Wait,
just kick you and you fly up like those people punted off the stage in Smash Bros.
check Haiku and Nugget's curse on them. Has it changed?
It appears not to have worsened much since the last time that you checked it. It is spreading, but at a much slower rate than it was before you started to tend to it with the waters from the maelstrom. At this point, a good chunk of the flank of Haiku is now covered in bark.
Wait, a good chunk? That
Yeah.
feels like it's going pretty. Can we go to the Ursuline Court? A chunk?
Yeah. So I'm talking like you've gone
Give me
from
a meter squared value.
It's like you've got a big side tattoo, basically.
you've gone from a saucer to a plate.
Okay.
it's quite a chunk.
Let's get into that Ursine
Let's-
Court, eh?
Do we need to watch out for eagles?
I won't attack you with an eagle this time. You're okay.
I think it was an eagle. I think it was a different bird.
It was a big bird.
Also, I literally learned in the past week that eagles, that the sound that I have always traditionally associated with eagles, probably because of some weird nationalistic program, is actually like a hawk or like a red-tailed something somebody said, and I went and looked up what eagles actually sound like, and they're the wimpiest sounding bird. They like cry. Like
Oh.
I was like, they're like chickens. What the fuck? Falcon. I think it's a falcon that they use, like the cry that I am almost 40 years old, and my entire life I thought that eagles sounded like falcons, and I was like,
Do bald eagles sound different? Like, do they sound a bit more like falcons, maybe?
I don't think so. I think that
Internet will know.
I think that that was a cool looking symbol that was picked before information was taught to people. And then somebody was like, wow, our like whole symbol sounds like the worst bird. And they just started making them sound like falcons at some point.
Have you ever heard of like what the noises foxes make?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh
They're
my
great.
God.
They're
I
like
would not
screams
describe them
and
as
giggles.
great. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's so weird.
terrifying. We had some outside of our window a couple of weeks ago, and it was genuinely scary. Like both Jenny and I were like, "Is someone in trouble?" Like,
Yeah, it
would we
really.
be worried? Oh, it's scary. Anyway, before we continue, should we have a bio break?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, bald eagle makes weird noise.
Where's Nath when you need him?
Yeah, where is Nate?
Nay.
Like,
Okay, so the bald eagle, yeah, it's like a here I found.
it's like a hyena.
Yeah. Copy video URL at current time. Boop boop. Boop boop. Click there and it literally will start playing.
Watching this video, it's been 14 seconds, not a single sound. Oh, there we go, same video.
Oh, did we pick the same video?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Don't worry, chat. I deafened it for you, so you didn't hear it. Didn't want to scare the shit out of anyone.
Just goes.
Okay, yeah, that's not quite the iconic sound that you want for your country, it is.
Yeah, no. And there's so many cool animals. Like we have like all of them almost, except for like rhinos. And I'm just like, you could have picked. You could like.
What sound does a rhino make?
No, I wasn't. I mean, like, they
This
just
is a
look
question
cool,
for
you
after
know?
the bio break.
Yeah, yeah.
Downs.
All right, for those of you who aren't familiar with our streams, we tend to have a bio break that lasts just as long as it needs to last, which is usually not super long. So in the meantime, enjoy my reminder to look into buying the Tome of Beasts 3 and the Do Good Penis.
Which is Christmassy now.
It's Christmas Eve.
Christmassy penis. And what sound rhinos do you think make? That
can
made
be
sense.
We
Chat's
used to have
homework.
rhinos.
Oh, my mute button didn't work. Oh, I hate it when my mute button doesn't work. Sometimes I just don't want to work. I think a rhino should make a sound of a mouse. You're welcome. I'm gonna mute myself normally, I guess. Damn it.
Hello, chat. I hope you've all got your answers prepared for what sound a rhino makes.
Hello there.
Hello.
I've just done a Macarena.
Oh.
Jenny told it to me. I never knew the moves to a Macarena before, but now I've forgotten them already, but I did them for a second.
Wait, you didn't actually know what they were?
No, I knew what it was, I just didn't know what the moves were, like, precisely.
Huh?
Like, I knew the first, like, but after that, I had no idea. Do you know them?
Yeah,
You know all the moves?
who doesn't?
I
Well,
did
you
not know
clearly,
that.
but
Docs,
Do
do
it.
you know all the moves to the Macarena?
Absolutely not.
Who
I didn't
doesn't?
even know which
Common
one the
knowledge.
Macarena was until I looked at it and someone did a bit of it. Because it's been that long since I've had to think about that.
you don't
Jack,
have
you
to
want to
do it
demonstrate?
every disco. I'm not demonstrating it. I'm not being baited that easily.
Mm.
I mean,
Do it.
do it.
Do it.
It went wrong because Most of them went extinct because of grass is taking over instead of the C3 plants they used to eat during a global cooling. Oh.
What's a C3 plant?
It's slightly less explosive than a C4 plant.
Ah. I was going to make a
He's so
joke
proud.
have an R2 plant with it. Yeah, that works.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be good as well.
Embarrassing.
It's easy to say you remember all the moves.
Yeah.
It's snowing outside.
Snowing.
Oh my god.
It's snowing.
Beautiful.
It's supposed to snow here this week as well, I think. This week,
No. No, wait. It's beautiful when it happens everywhere else, not here.
And it's like proper big powdery flakes too. Oh my god, living in a northern latitude is so cool. Haiti is now a snow fairy. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Does look like it might snow this week.
Yeah, it's like
-4.
yeah, it's gonna get real cold.
It doesn't tend to snow where I live because of how close we are to the power station.
Oh,
Too much pollution.
normally doesn't that like help it snow because it gives it more.
I think it warms up the air
nucleations.
more around here.
Okay.
I think that's the
Mm.
problem. Constantly making clouds all day.
Okay. Our party has returned near enough to the Ursine Court. Last time you were here, you insulted some bear folk, and you were whisked away by some bear lawyers, and the person that kind of adopted your case or was assigned your case, named Bearfree, Humphrey and Bearfree.
Which definitely was a joke about human free and bear free.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Bearfree was not your biggest fan, so you got instead transferred over to Humphrey,
Yeah.
who warned you desperately that the Ursine King, also known as the Archfey, King Dorian Greyhide, is a like many of the Fae.
I didn't realize his name was Dorian before. I just got the Dorian Gray joke. Sorry, continue.
So he's not the easiest person to get along with. Like many Archfey, quick to temper, often expect everything to be done for them, and kind of hard to read. And I think that was our kind of our encounter last time. He was very quick to anger, and basically he kind of expressed to you that he was doing you a favor by letting you do him some side quests. And the idea was that he agreed to, and he only agreed to see you because you had claimed to have met his son.
Oh yeah.
And he spoke with you, and he said that he would help you to learn about the curse that you have. Yeah.
Wait,
unfortunately,
I think he said he'd fix it. I don't recall him saying he'd.
Unfortunately, there appears to be some kind of misunderstanding here, where some individuals in the party think that he was going to fix it, and in fact he wasn't.
Wait.
Oh.
I thought he was going to fix it.
So there seems to be some misunderstanding in that he said that he would help. He didn't say explicitly that he would fix it.
Because he's a
No,
Fae, I assumed he meant he was going to send us on another quest to go fix it.
Okay, so at least someone has.
We'll have to go back
has
to the
read the
maelstrom or the
No.
groaning tree, aren't we?
I think Haiku might lose it and go on a rampage when they learn that.
Don't worry, I think you'll be pleased with the outcome. Regardless,
Please let it be the unicorns that fix it.
Yeah. Said all of us, please.
That would be an acceptable.
so that was the idea, was that he would happily help you, but he didn't say that he would remove the curse or fix anything. And let's all remember that you have come back with how many tithes?
3
All
tithes.
4 of them.
Oh, don't turn this round
Or
on
4
us.
tithes. I don't know.
We came back with 2 tithes and 1 destroyed court because they refused to tithe.
Okay. So of the 3 courts that you had been told to go and obtain tithes from, you have 2.
Didn't
also
he
got that
say
horn.
to either get their tithes or, like,
Mhm.
you know,
Make them
deal
pay.
with them? Yeah, or make them pay. Wasn't that
Sure
the-
did.
We fully satisfied.
Laid them
Listen,
to
I'm
ruin.
not
I believe
not
we've
speaking
completed
for King Dorian Greyhide right now. I'm just explaining to you right now what the lay of the land is. I'm trying to remind you a little bit about the NPCs that we encountered here and what conversations took place.
He's like, I wanted to remind you that he's not fixing this now ahead of time so you can get your rage out and you don't accidentally yell at the very unstable Fey Lord Bear NPC.
When you put it
so
that
you
way.
can plan what you're gonna shout at them.
I don't
Every
think I should
time
do
that
the
you've
talking.
spoken to an archfey.
This is why Tom said at the beginning, I don't think we're going to get onto any of the stuff that I planned. This is why. We're about to be sent to another plane of existence by this archfey. We're going to have to escape from that one to get back to this one so we can get back to our plane.
Trust me, I'm bringing things to a head. Okay, all right, everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna work out. But I set myself this stupid task of bringing you to the Feywild and then giving you a couple of small side quests, and then each of those small side quests turn into something fucking huge. And you know me, I don't like you to be traveling from one place to another and me to just say it takes you 2 days. Like, I want there to be stuff. I want you to have a full world.
Let's give it good.
Which unfortunately means that occasionally things take a really fucking long time, like almost an entire year of you guys poodling around in the Feywild, which was supposed to be a small side quest. But here we are.
I don't want to go on a big side quest.
Don't worry, here we are. You have returned to the Ursine Court, and how do you gather yourselves? What's on your mind? What are you saying to each other? What are you expecting?
I think Randall's reminding everyone that we need to see Humphrey. Was it Humphrey? Bumphrey? I don't know what his name is. I've already forgotten what it is.
Humphrey is the bear folk in human form that helped you a lot.
That shaved like while talking to us and his beard grew back.
Yeah.
While talking to us.
Wow,
Yeah,
I don't know how you two are remembering this. My memory
I
does
don't
not go
remember
back
that
that far.
I remember that because I was convinced that Tom made Humphrey and Bearfree because Humphrey was a human and Bearfree was a bear, and I was so amused by it. and him leaning so far into this guy really is into his human form. Humphrey is that he's like willing to shave to make himself look less like a bear. I was so convinced.
I mean,
I was
that is the
joke
story.
Has so many layers.
That is the story of Humphrey. I just didn't get the hum. The hum wasn't meant to be human. Like, that's just that that is the only bit of this joke that isn't.
But that was what when I was like, oh my god, the subtle like foreshadowing. Oh my god, that's so clever. I was so convinced that I was like bought into the scene.
Damn it! I should have just rolled with it. Like, you believe that I was that clever.
I think you're
Okay.
that clever passively. You didn't even realize how clever you are. Is what it is.
I'd love that to be the case.
I want to remind the party that we have a horn to give back to Bear Humphrey or to normal Humphrey.
Not a blowing horn, like
No.
an appendage horn.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've got
Which
two because the one we got and then the one we
Yeah.
found.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we did.
we can. But one needs to go back to the Archfey,
Yes.
I think, and one needs to go back to Humphrey.
Right, because he
Gave it to
got
another party
lost,
and lost it.
basically. Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, you gotta save my skin,
Mm-hmm.
but not bear skin."
No.
Okay. Any other preparatory statements or vibe checks?
Frog.
Oh, frog. Oro's like,
It's
I don't want to
slime.
talk this time. I don't want to do it. I'll just do the whole dance-off thing. I've done my time today. Someone else.
That's fair. Do we remember if they spoke common? I don't remember.
I have written down they spoke giant. Or they might.
Oh, is that why Oro spoke?
I
to
think
them?
That's why
yeah.
Oro, yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't. I spoke the wrong thing because they misunderstood everything I said, so it wasn't right.
It wasn't giant. It was like a dialect that you didn't know that had similar giant undertones, which is why you had the best shot.
Oh, and
But-
that wasn't the Archfey. That was just a random.
That was just some
Yeah.
some bear guards outside.
Yeah.
I think
The
the
Archfey spoke
Archfey and Humphrey spoke common, so I think we're good. I can do it.
We should check with Humphrey what the etiquette is, though, because I think Humphrey was there before.
I probably shouldn't talk.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. You've had a really rough time here.
In fact, I might have to get the hush money at the ready.
Self-hush money.
I really love the idea that some people in our we have Nireli who's happy to talk, Randall who will do a bit of talking if you know put in the right position, Oro who desperately doesn't want to talk, and Haigu who should not talk.
Hey, at least I'm becoming self-aware.
True.
Truly
Developing.
character
Don't
development.
Tell people horrific things so that they're scared of us.
I think our first indication that Haiku shouldn't talk was actually the water incident. But
Yeah.
he's under duress, right? They're under duress right now too.
Yeah,
So it's just layered at this point, you
it
know.
is layered. Yeah, it is layered.
The water incident. Which was the water incident?
When you're on
The sparkling vanilla water that wasn't actually going to make us a hot man, and
Yeah.
you got really upset about not becoming a hot man by drinking the water, I guess.
I wasn't upset about not becoming a hot man. I was upset about them misselling me something.
Yeah, I was being facetious. That's the word we learned today.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Wow. Okay, so what's our party do?
I think we just walk up to the gates holding the horn.
Yep.
make
Don't
sure
try
we
and
have
speak.
the right horn.
Yes,
No.
the correct
The one that we were
Sure.
given by, because it's in the
Okay.
bag of holding, so we think of the one that the king gave us, and we get the right one.
Sure. Okay.
No memory
Nice.
necessary.
So you waltz up towards the giant gate. You remember that the Ursine Court is adjacent to this everlasting non-stop forest that is most of the Feywild. But there are pockets of the Feywild that aren't just entirely trees. Some of them, in this case, have a vast meadow. That is where you spotted some unicorns once upon a time. And the Ursine Court itself is built mostly of timber. You see, for the vast majority of it, you see big trees that are kind of bent and structured and grown in particular ways to support buildings or even make buildings themselves. Huge, big wooden gates. And as you recall, big, boughs of trees that have previously shot giant birds out of the air.
Huge tracts of land. Sorry.
And truly ferocious-looking bear folk who line the gates above you look down, and they wait patiently for you to kind of walk towards them within earsight, and then they go, waiting patiently for your response.
I assume it's been more than an hour since we were with the giants at the start of the dance battle.
Yes, the start of the dance battle. Yeah, you guys have.
I ate
parted
all
for a
the
bit.
desserts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That took a long time. That was a lot of dessert.
We had a lot of desserts. I reach into the bag of holding. I think like Randall and has just gotten so used to Nerly just reaching over and digging in the bag of holding at this point.
Yeah, Randall's gonna
and
get pickpocketed everywhere.
He's
He's not gonna have any
Thinking that
like
it's me.
notice. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just I pull my hood back and like smile really nicely and like point at the horn like.
Okay, all right.
Bare your teeth.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Bare your teeth at them.
Oh yeah.
Fortunately enough, they seem to recognize you, and the gates are opened. You're allowed freely into the Ursine Court. It is extremely familiar to the last time that you were here. You can see that for the most part there is a mixture of individuals here, people who are in full bear form, individuals who are bear from the waist up and kind of humanoid from the waist down, and vice versa. Many different styles and tastes and forms of the bear people, as well as other individuals, though you can see that the vast majority of people here are bear folk. You walk down these kind of pristine streets down the main thoroughfare, and you can see that there's not so much like the main thoroughfare is basically you walk in the front gate, and eventually you can see down the very end of this kind of road, this kind of, like I said, thoroughfare, this kind of a concourse. There is the huge building that you know to be the hall, and that will be where the Ursine King is. But either side of you, there are many streets that kind of break off into smaller settlements, not settlements, but like you can see that there is a particular kind of theme almost. You can see that some of them are structurally supporting kind of industry, as it were. Others are just like, this is going to be a bunch of houses. These buildings look like they're more like meeting places, that kind of stuff. And you are stopped when you hear, guys, over here. And Humphrey kind of scuttles up to you. You can see he's got his kind of like a briefcase, like a really like a stereotypically like very messy briefcase, in that it's closed shut, but the papers are all like coming out the seams. And it's covered in like stickers almost, and like drawings and scribbles. And you can see that some of them are definitely a child's scribbles as well. As he like runs up to you.
Character development. He has children.
Oh.
We've
And
been
he
gone
runs
so
up
long.
to you guys, and he goes, "You're back!"
Mhm.
But like in a good way, not in like a, I failed my quest, I'm a adventurer that didn't complete things, I've returned and I'm just going to give up kind of way. Like
No,
a
the
good way, though.
completionists always complete things.
And you completed the quests
Mm-hmm.
for the Ursine King himself. You have brought back the 3 tributes, and we're going to go celebrate. Is that what you're telling me?
We brought back 3 tributes and we completely destroyed the Woodland Court because they refused to offer a tribute. And also because they were summoning some sort of weed tree from probably a shadowy place, and it was really bad. But they refused to tithe, so they're destroyed now.
But we did find the horn that you wanted.
We say,
Maybe I should talk next time.
this is just Humphrey, it's fine. If it would be better to explain exactly what happened, maybe we should do that in your office or
Yeah,
something.
let's have a chat.
Yeah.
He kind of just looks distraught and he just kind of walks away, and you can hear him muttering under his breath, like, I got a different vibe from you guys. I didn't think you'd be like killing everybody. Fucking hell.
Well, and
This
we
guy
didn't
and
want
casually
to.
told him we massacred the settlement.
Yeah, she did it intentionally to vibe check him. Like, oh,
Sure.
that wasn't the right way, and I'm testing this on Humphrey and not
Yeah.
on the Ursine King.
Okay.
Practice runs are important.
He walks you down some corridors that you find familiar, because it was this kind of pathway that you walked when you were essentially arrested. But you're tucked away in like a meeting room. It's kind of like a dingy meeting room that's clearly not well looked after, which is probably why Humphrey has good access to it, because it's not one that's like in high need or anything. Like, and
Poor Humphrey.
poor Humphrey. And he sits you down, and he like starts going through a filing cabinet, and he pulls out some parchment that looks like it's got your names on it, and he kind of just like sits down next to you, and he's just like, okay, I need to hear everything.
Yeah, I wanted to know how you were going to react to that and if that was going to be a good thing. So it's good to know that that's not what everyone would want.
So you didn't kill
So-
everybody.
So, well, no, hardly anyone at all. But so we were
Hardly
looking
anyone at
for.
all. I'm
Yeah,
listening.
well, and we didn't want to, so we went to what was it? What was the first court? And she like turns to
Groaning Tree.
Randall, Groaning Tree. So we went there, and we thought we maybe found it, but it maybe didn't look like it was the right place because there was nobody there but these goat things. And then when we went to sleep to continue traveling, thinking we must have missed it or needed to go a little bit further, this dryad lady showed up, or I think she was a dryad. Anyway, she charmed Haiku and like messed with their mind a bunch and told them not ever to come back. So we left, but then we came back when Haiku admitted what happened. And then she had like slaughtered the poor goat things and was like summoning a big tree from a horrible dark place and started being bad, and the trees there begged us to stop her because she was like poisoned in her mind or something, and they like it was really sad actually, and she wouldn't stop, and she almost got the tree completely summoned, but we stopped her.
So what I'm hearing is that you successfully saved a bunch of treants and tree folk from a Shadowfell incursion in the realm of the Ursine court.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And that's how I say it. Okay.
That's how we're gonna spin that bad boy. But and
Well,
all the
it's not
treants
even
are
a
fine.
spin.
They're okay.
Well, she had poisoned a bunch of them and was sending them after us, and there are several that are okay, but she had some sort of
There
weird
is
mind
one.
control thing.
There's one that
Yes.
remains. Just to clarify
Yeah.
that point. I wasn't
As
sure whether your
far as
character
we're-
was
as far
fibbing
as
or.
we're aware, it could be more than one, at least one.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
I thought that there were two. There was like a larger one and
Nope.
a smaller one. No, okay,
The one.
okay.
The
I
one
think
on that
she-
seed.
Okay, that was a little bit of like my confusion then. It's like, well,
Yeah.
there was at least one that was okay. It was the one that like begged us to stop her, but she had some sort of mind control thing going on with them, and they were like willingly walking into fires and stuff like that to try to like fight us. It was really bad.
Oh
We
my
really would
goodness.
have preferred to just ask for a tithe. Do you think
Yeah.
so? The Ursine King seems somebody who's like really prideful, and he still would prefer it to be exactly the truth of this horrible thing was happening, and we like literally had no choice but to stop them.
As your legal counsel, I should say to you that you should tell the truth.
Okay.
As someone who doesn't want to see you die or, in any way come out of here unsatisfied, right? You guys came here for a reason, and that's because you guys have a horrible curse.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna fix.
Did he say he was gonna fix it?
I think he said he was gonna help, but I don't think he said
He
he was gonna,
checks
like,
the
cure it.
paperwork and he's like, I don't think that's what he said. I think he said he's gonna
Some kind of
He's gonna
Mandela effect going on.
help you. But I think that's okay.
For the one time I'm on the right end of the Mandela effect. I swear to God I'm from another dimension, and I just want to go back there because that timeline was way better.
He has a bit of a thing. I'm gonna roll some checks for him to see how well he knows the Ursine King.
Okay.
All right. He says, okay, so what I think is going to happen is he's going to say, I set you 3 quests, and you've completed 2 of them. I think that's what he's going to say. I'm not saying that that's true. I think that's what he's going to say. Haiku's immediately mega pissed off. I think that's what he's going to say. Okay, so what we need to do is create a narrative that makes him feel like you did all 3, or at least you did 2, but something even better than a quest.
Right.
We saved the Ursine Kingdom from a Shadowfell incursion.
That's they've been cropping up. There have been more and more of those.
That's happened more than once.
Well, a couple of times, yeah. Not in the same sense. There's not been a tree person doing spooky Shadowfell stuff, but the planes are close, but not this close.
Okay.
Haiku's about to be they them causing mayhem.
Oh my god.
All made of timber.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Oh wait, I'm made of timber now. Shit.
Yeah.
That,
How does that
tattoo-
work with the fire resistance?
Yeah, right.
Wood is fire resistant to a point.
To a certain degree of heat.
Well, it actually is. Like it chars, and once it's charred, it actually becomes quite fire resistant.
Oh,
Oh.
there you go.
There you go. You can have that brain knowledge that you'll probably forget.
It just means that your corpse will be hard to burn.
Why would you say that?
Because he's the
Anyway.
DM.
Dr. DM.
Exactly.
Dr. DM.
Now, so Humphrey says to you, like, I think that's the play.
Yeah.
I think if that's what you want to go with, that you've quashed the Shadowfell incursion. I think that's a good plan.
Well, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
if
to
you
make it
want to
more
go
of a
look
point.
at the tree. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think that, as I described to you before, our king is sometimes quick to anger, and at no point should you ever try to correct him.
No.
Please don't correct him. Please just say, instead, I did this thing, not you are wrong, I did this. Because the hammer he has is heavy. It's really heavy.
Okay.
Should we start with the good things, the 2 tides that we got?
What if,
If I were
what if he
you,
still asks for the 3rd tithe, even after we say we stopped a shadow place
Well,
incursion?
It destroyed the court, so they didn't,
Yeah, they don't
wasn't-
exist.
there wasn't a
Give
tithe
you
to
the
give.
gift of the land of the groaning tree.
Oh, what if he says it's already his land? He sounds like a bit of a prick.
I'll come up with something.
okay.
What spare magic items do we have that we're not using?
Looks at Haiku.
Spare.
They
Spare.
We could
gave us
give
this
it.
frog lamp.
I could
We
give
already-
him his son's
Yeah.
bell branch. That's
Yeah, we-
made of tree.
We can't use it anyway. But he doesn't have
Technically,
to.
someone in your party can use it. Technically,
I thought it was attunement by a druid.
a druid or a warlock.
Oh, I see. Okay. So somebody we don't know who.
Could be anybody.
Big mystery. That
It's a
one.
mystery.
So Haiku doesn't
Always be a
trust Dox's
mystery.
newfound book powers.
Oh, Haiku doesn't trust like the meta, like the 4th wall of things
Yeah.
going on.
Oh,
That's
shit.
that's
Haiku
that
can see the
22
strings on Randall.
intelligence. Yeah. I've got no strings to hold me down. Sorry, continue. I think we're ready to talk to him if he's ready.
Unless you have
Oh,
any more advice.
Yeah, how should I address him to gain most favor?
He likes Your Majesty.
Your Majesty?
King is also pretty solid. Honestly, just stay away from calling him Dorian.
Oh,
or
so not
saying,
like Your Majesty King Dorian Greyhide?
I don't use his name because you don't know him that well. And
okay.
I just want to make it very clear to everybody in the room right now that he is a brown bear man. His surname is Greyhide.
Mm-hmm.
If you mention the difference in the color, you may not walk out of there alive.
Okay.
We would never.
I just want to make that
Didn't even think
clear.
about it.
I'd
Now
have
you've put the
preferred if
thought
he'd
in.
not have pointed it out in the first place.
I just feel like it's something that could have I mean, I don't know you guys that well.
He's
but I
just
feel like I
looking at
know
how
you guys.
chaotic we are. And like, in case you
just-
happen to notice.
I just feel like maybe that should. Maybe I'm reading you guys wrong, but you've come back and you've brought back 2 tributes.
Yeah.
Which is great.
3 now, and she pulls the thing off of Haiku Shell.
So what's your list of tributes that you have?
We have this, and we have this, and she points to the huge ass golden egg.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh,
we
what
have.
deal.
I go to my notes to try to figure out what the hell the last one was.
If that was from his son, is there any chance that he's going to immediately recognize that that was something that his son left with? His son who went missing.
No,
Right?
he's not missing. He's on his year-long journey,
No,
and
but
he's supposed
when
to
we
trade.
met him, wasn't he like, "Have you seen my son? I've not heard from him for a long time," or something?
Yeah, but that's because he's on his journey.
Yeah, you
And this
having
wasn't-
met him was the only reason that you guys got a chat with him quite
Yeah.
as quickly as you did.
And this isn't like his belongs to him. This is like one of the things he found along the way, but isn't good enough to bring back as his thing.
Hmm.
Are we having this discussion in character? Because I'm definitely trying to use like a neurally. Okay. I was making sure. I'm like, am I? What's happening? I reach into the bag of holding and I think I would like the tribute that the court of the Maelstrom gave to us, and I lift my hand up out of the bag. What do I see?
That's a piece of coral.
A piece of coral.
So you got the piece of coral from the Maelstrom. You got the huge ass egg. You got nada from Groaning Tree.
No,
We
we
got
got
this.
this branch.
This, and I know how to say it. Say this is the tribute we bring from blah blah, and this is a tribute we bring from blah blah. And we stopped a Feywild incursion. No, not a Feywild. We're in the Feywild. We stopped a Shadowfell incursion in Groaning Tree, and we saved the last Treant on your behalf and brought to you this tribute.
That's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be it. That might work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, nobody is fully aware that you're here. I don't know if anyone would have told the Ursine King, and he's got shit to do. If you want to take like a nap, like a solid nap, maybe you guys sleep for maybe longer than just a nap. Is it like
an 8-hour nap?
Ooh, that's
Sleep.
Like
Yeah.
until we feel fully rested.
sure. Yeah, one of those things. Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
It's
Sure.
never a good sign.
You want to do one of those?
I mean,
We've got
Yeah.
some. I mean, these are mostly cells, but they're pretty nice cells.
I mean, I've slept in worse places, I think.
Yeah, I mean, as
it's-
long as we're not locked in there.
I won't lock you
Yeah.
in. No.
no one
Okay.
else will either.
No.
Can
no,
you leave
you'll
us
be
like a
fine.
note saying that we're not actually prisoners? We just are sleeping here for the night. or
Yeah, I
something?
mean, this is. You'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. Well, come and find me when you're done. We'll go together because you need representation.
Yeah.
Have we given the horn back to Humphrey yet?
Oh,
mentioned-
and also,
yeah.
I thought that was Randall saying it. We'll reach into the bag of holding and bring out the lost horn. We found this for you.
Oh my god, you guys are amazing, and he kind of takes it off of you. Oh, that is a whole load off my mind. That's a whole other thing. Oh, oh my god. Honestly, as much as we love it, like adventures are amazing. You guys do incredible feats of bravery and strength and courage. But
Dancing.
sometimes, oh my god, it's so much effort and work managing adventurers.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you just don't come back, and it's hard.
Oh yeah, they
Uh,
definitely
oh.
all died.
Oh, we've come
Ah.
back every time. 100% success
So
rate.
far, so good. 100% success rate.
The completionists.
It's- You've completed all of your quests.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fully. Oh, amazing! Wow. Well,
Mhm.
your streak continues
Mm-hmm.
as long as we keep on that narrative.
That's true.
Okay.
Do you not
I'm
believe
gonna-
us?
I mean, I'm just saying that he's maybe saying that he wants 3 tributes, and you've got 2 tributes and a stick that he may or may not want.
It's magic. It detects.
But they
things.
want the tributes are an offering from a very specific organization or court that represents their fealty.
It's made of a tree. What more do they want?
Also, their court doesn't exist anymore, so.
That's the
this
main
is-
thing.
This
That's
is
the
like
main
the only
thing.
thing they have left of this.
But he might see that as I had these people who were loyal to me, and now I have one fewer ally because they have been killed.
Well, maybe he should have helped defend their lands.
This is why I'm doing the talking.
Haiku's gonna get us killed.
Humphrey, don't worry about it. We got this, okay?
I believe in you.
We'll see you tomorrow, sweetie. You
You
go
can
to
see
bed.
he pulls out some hair. And he leaves.
If you do that, it might not grow back.
You guys are led to some cells where you get an opportunity to sit down. He says that he describes them as not very nice, but actually they're pretty well furnished. You kind of got it's like a quite basic inn.
Like a travel lodge?
Like sure, travel lodge. Yeah, yeah.
Feywild
travel lodge. And you're kind of given the free reign of the place. Again, they don't really have a night time as such in this particular part of the Feywild, but you are, given time to unwind and spread out a little bit. That you get the feeling that you're expected to stay within the cells and not kind of just walk around wherever you want to go. But no one has explicitly told you that.
Yeah, I don't think we want to do that anyway, just in
I
case
don't want
we
to be arrested
accidentally.
again.
Yeah, or accidentally insult somebody's mother, or
Yeah.
whatever
Play
wild
safe.
thing could happen.
Not today.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything that anyone wants to do in their downtime before or after bed?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna practice
like-
the Macarena with Randall.
Yeah. I feel like I've got a lot of items that I need to sleep with. maybe.
Oh,
Sure. Pick one.
I don't remember what all of them are at this point.
That's
The-
tough, huh? That's
The
cute.
ring that we've just got. There was something else that we just got recently.
The golden egg.
Oh, there's like Oro's sword,
Oh yeah.
golden egg. I think that's going to be a difficult one for me to do though. So
I mean, it's as big as me.
yeah, that's
I
good.
have to
Like
sleep on it.
Just put your arm over it. Because if that was as big as your shell, so it would just be like giving you a hug.
oh. You're the spoon.
get
It's
crushed by a.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're gonna pick an item.
I don't remember the items. I'll do it another time.
Okay, sure.
Well, is
Whatever.
this ring
What's Oro
magical at
doing?
all?
It appears to be. It has changed size.
I can't.
It's definitely magical.
I hand it to Randall. Randall, could you do your magic-y in the night stuff with this ring? I'm sorry.
Magic in the night. History will find you.
Yeah.
I just
That's from
didn't figure it
Anastasia.
out.
Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Anything else anyone wants to do before and after bed?
After bed, I'd like to know if I had any dreams.
Okie dokie.
I'm
Hiking?
just gonna grumble to myself.
Oh,
all night long.
I'll put the magic water on Haiku and Nugget. Oh no,
I'll
got
stop
slime over
my
his-
grumbling while Nerolee's doing that, because that would be rude.
Okay. So, Randall, for those of you who aren't familiar, Randall has a magical item that allows him to sleep with a magical item and gain some of its legend lore, as it were, kind of learn some of its story. You sleep with the ring?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay.
Mhm.
You have a dream of a very young Volgir. You see that he has very little jewelry, very little accoutrement, very little accessories to himself, but you can still see him in this hall, the same hall that you guys saw him in previously, to the point where everything is almost exactly identical. He was one of the smaller giants. You can see that he was not at the top of the pecking order. But on one particular occasion, when rifling through some loot that they had come into, most likely from some adventurers that had visited the Feywild, he finds one particular ring, places it on his finger, and the scene of your dream then shifts and changes to be that he just starts getting really good at shit. Like, he just consistently starts to just excel at like the majority of things that he tries to get familiar with. He becomes this kind of like jack of all trades person within the organization, and that gets him a bit of a reputation where he's just kind of good at everything, a little bit good at everything, which eventually just leads him to start really kind of climbing the ladder. And that is pretty much the end point of your dream.
Mm.
By doing that, you get an opportunity to learn. Having a long rest, you have to learn the attributes of the magical item. It is a ring that requires attunement. It gives +1 to any skill check.
Whoa.
Is that as in like any skill check you make?
Yes.
Not like you choose one and it's just that one.
No,
Wow.
just any skill check. It's +1 to all.
Plus
skill
1
checks.
to every
Wow.
skill check.
Wow.
That is
That is
really
good.
awesome.
It's a low number, but it affects everything.
Yeah.
Skill checks. Acrobatics down to survival.
That's really cool.
That's
I
very
like that item.
Yeah.
It's literally like a jack of all trades at a low level. Yeah, I love it. It's a bard ring.
It's also one of the reasons that he was so good at and so confident challenging you to do anything.
Yeah, that's so
Mhm.
sweet.
Oh. Does it mean he's going to lose his position of power now because he's not good at anything anymore?
He's built up enough reputation.
That is how giant society works, though. Basically, you climb to the top by being by excelling at what you do. Or it's a large part of it, anyway.
Well, these giants, I need to underscore, are not the same as the giants you would find in Faerun.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So I don't know how theirs works
These are
necessarily.
giants of myth and legend. You have a golden goose and a beanstalk. in the
I
Feywild.
want a goose that lays gold eggs for Easter. Do I have any dreams?
I hate to break this to you, Nerly. You have no dreams.
Wait, not even like a mundane dream?
Not even like a mundane dream.
You actively don't have a dream.
Is this the first time that's happened, or has this happened since I've been in the Feywild?
This is the first time this has happened. Actually, no, there is one other occasion under which you have not had any dreams.
Was it when the moon had disappeared?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
I wake up frazzled.
Good morning, everyone.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is that a grumble noise?
So Nerly's asleep, and she definitely sleeps like a Disney princess. Like her hair is still perfect somehow. Sleeping. Her eyes flutter open, and she just sits bolt upright.
What's wrong?
I didn't dream.
Oh,
I didn't have any dreams.
not even like a boring mundane dream?
No,
Oh,
no, I fell asleep and then I woke up and that was it.
That's bad, right?
Yeah, we really should get back as soon as possible. I know we're getting back as soon as possible because we don't want Haiku and Nugget to become trees, but the last time this happened was when the moon had disappeared, and that's just really, like now we've got like our personal problems that are important to us because of our friends, but also like maybe like world problems. Who knows? I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
The last time this happened, Nerly was calmed down by Garius Sariel using calm emotions.
Yeah, she's
Using
channeling
presence.
that. Garius Sariel.
Was it the spell that did it, or just?
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Gary Soriel used presence. It was effective.
It was super effective.
Do I reset 1 or 2 of my death saving throw failures?
You're back to default.
Excellent.
I'm harsh enough to make you keep your death saving throws within a day, but if I carried it on and you only got rid of 1 per day, then you guys would you'd die.
I would be dead.
Like, there's
I
no
would-
chance.
I couldn't remember if it worked like exhaustion, where you lose like a point
Yes,
of
no,
exhaustion.
yeah, it's not quite
No,
exhaustion.
I'd be long dead. So many. Like the last several like more like not sentient food people combats we've had have all resulted in me like going down at some point and having to roll a death save. So nearly would be a thing of the past. I'd have a new character by now.
Nurale.
Neurali, neuralo.
This is how we got around we'll go through the multiverse of Rondel.
Yeah.
Randall, what about that ring? Did you learn anything?
Oh, it's a really cool ring. Folgy has had it for a long time. I'm surprised he gave it to us. Like he found it and then it made him better at just everything. And that's why he was like so confident and won all those challenges and why he's been undefeated for so long. It's partly because of this ring. It just makes you good at stuff.
You gave that as a gift?
Yeah, I know, right?
He can
That's
tell
so
that you're good at lots of things.
Oh
And now you're going to be even better at lots of things.
my god, I could beat another giant with a magical ring.
Just that's the new quest is Oro just going around and finding all the +1 to all skill check rings. So the lowest possible roll she could make on her absolute worst skill is like 15. All right, we can continue now.
It's like our Oro's the one to get besides it, who probably has the best rolling luck of us all.
And has luck.
And I was like,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
Literally lucky.
Literal luck,
Skip.
yeah.
And expertise.
Somebody play the "Remember I'm not playing a bard" soundbite.
Yeah, it's a cool ring, Oro. Should hold on to it.
Yeah.
it's so sweet. Aura's like really touched
Yeah.
by it.
Mm.
Does the Feywild have like a postman? Do the postal systems exist here?
Well, there's that. We could go back to the Court of the Maelstrom and you can use the well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Call him through his soup.
He loved that.
Just like looking on the floor because it's all spilled all over the place.
Just a gravy pooling at the table. You don't butt dial people in this realm, you soup dial them.
I wanted to eat that soup.
It's okay, my face wasn't actually in it.
Can't actually tell because the soup is already screaming at you.
By the way, if you don't have heated gloves, you should get them. They're very cozy.
Ooh.
I don't have heated gloves.
USB rechargeable.
My god.
Oh. That sounds
My
great.
god.
Toasty.
Right. What are we doing, chums?
Breathing exercises.
Yeah, we have a meditation practice first today. Me and Haiku won't be doing any talking today. We will be.
And we go find Humphrey, I guess, probably.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Fine. Sure enough, it appears that Humphrey is down the corridor dealing with some filing, some paperwork.
Good morning.
A little bit more hair.
paperwork.
Oh, hello. Are you all ready to go see?
Yeah.
Our
Yep.
great and majestic king?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a mirror anywhere around?
Though there are no mirrors, but you do catch, you can catch your reflection in like
Like a window
toilet
kind of thing?
bowl or something.
Is there an appearance that would be best? Like clothing that would be most appropriate?
I think if
dressing?
you get the feel of regal and important across, that's great. We get a lot of visitors from places where we don't really know what the culture is. So as long as the message comes across that you're trying, I think you're okay.
What kind of clothes do I remember people in the court wearing?
So the last time that you've visited, actually, there weren't any other petitioners in the court. It was just him.
Okay. All right, I'm going to take my cloak off and put it in the bag of holding. Actually, I'm going to put all of my stuff except for my wand in the bag of holding. I have a holster for that. And I'm going to turn my magic dress into it's going to be like off the shoulder, and it's going to fade from like a deep midnight blue down to a very silvery color, and it's going to have like a little bit of a train, and there's going to be like a constellation motif, and it's going to have like kind of like nebula mix colors in the gradient, and it's going to be very much and there's going to be like the train is going to involve a crescent moon, and there's like stars all over it.
Very pretty.
It's very much like I'm here on behalf of Saturday.
Right, sure. Okay. Everyone else doing anything to smarten yourself up?
I feel like the rest of us all just look at each other and go, and we like dust our
Good
back shoulders.
lord.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Randall Strains
this-
is like.
Is this the
talent a little
first
bit. It's like-
time that Oro allows some prestidigitation?
Yeah, probably.
I clean everyone up,
Reluctantly.
give us like a prestidigitation perfumedigitation, give everyone like a nice like woodsy scent.
Lovely.
And
Some breath mints, maybe. We'll have a breath mint.
oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
Not the smell of burnt wood though, specifically.
No. Like you've gone camping and you woke up and there's that wintry smell in the air and a little bit of like cooking fire left over and pine.
Okay, all right, a little bit of pine in there, nice. Okay, then Humphrey walks you along through the concourse towards the main hall. It is quite busy. There appear to be quite a few petitioners there this day, but the queue kind of... Time passes differently here, and your perception of time kind of drifts in and out. It gives you this opportunity to, like, you know that you've been here for a long time, but it doesn't feel like a long time. And you are in this queue for... Really, you kind of, like, glaze over, and then suddenly you're a lot closer to the front, but if you were really like consciously paying a lot of attention, hours have passed by the time that you got to the front of this queue. And at the end of it, you are the last person, or the last group to be seen. In front of you, there are mostly a lot of like bear people, like bear folk. But you can see that there are a couple of Eladrins who have also kind of come to entreat the Ursine King. And fortunately for the most part, everyone seems to just be talking about stuff that doesn't really seem to be that dramatic. You do hear that there is a particularly well-armored bearfolk who is at the very kind of like... he kind of skips the whole queue. He walks past everybody and just goes straight to the front of the line. And you can see that his armor is like banged up. There are some scorch marks on him. And he walks to the front and he starts talking with the with the Ursine King, and they start having a conversation that seems very, obviously very formal on one side and not quite so formal on the other. This is the first time that the Ursine King appears to not be pissed off, at least not at the individual. He seems pissed off, but it's not directed at the armored bear. It appears to just be something else.
Is this
the only
armor
thing...
metal?
It is, yes.
Good to know.
The only thing that you hear is that you hear the word Shadowfell. But that is the only thing that you kind of get from that conversation. The armored bear then kind of turns around and walks out. By the time that you get to the front, you are the last in line. And Humphrey walks up to the front and he says, Your Majesty, the completionists have returned. And he kind of just nudges you guys forward, and then he takes a wide berth. he really moves out of the way. And at this point, the Ursine King is kind of he's in his chair again, like his throne, like he's been kind of lounging for a while. The only point at which you've seen him stand up was when he actually wanted to talk to that armored bear that came in. But he leans forward when he sees you. The last time that you spoke to him, he was not sat. In fact, he stood up very, very quickly and stormed across the room with his massive hammer to kind of as a show of force. In this case, he's not doing that. He's kind of leaning forward. You guys are close enough. You're probably about 15 feet away from him.
I'll take a few steps forward and very skirt flourishy, make as graceful as I can, like a bow that's really low. Curtsy kind of thing. And say, Your Majesty, we have returned bearing tithes and news for you.
Sometimes adventurers do as they are bid. Show me.
One of the tithes we have received as this golden egg, and she'll gesture to the massive egg that poor Haiku is still lugging
He
around.
looks over to Haiku. What does he see when he looks over to Haiku?
I sort of stomp in a circle and show my shell off. And then stomp back around.
There was some bowing and some curtsying from everyone else. Did you?
I'll do a half-hearted bow once I've done my rotation.
Wait. Full rotation or half rotation? Like you bow towards or away?
So I start by looking at the Ursine King, and then do a half rotation to show off the egg, and then complete the rotation to a full rotation, and then I will half-heartedly bow.
Half-heartedly, okay.
It's because everything's so heavy.
Sure.
It's more of a weight balance.
Go on, he says.
If I bow too far, I'll...
Topple over.
Yeah, you're right.
Fall right over. And just so that Katie has this right, the court of the clout were the giants, right?
Yep. They're technically not a court. It is the clout.
The clout are the giants. Okay. This we received from the clout after we let them know that we were here on your behalf, and they gladly gave us the tithe and recognized your excellency.
Excellent. I knew that Falgear would be amicable.
And I'll produce the coral. This we received from the court of the Maelstrom. They also were glad to tithe and recognized your excellency.
As I would expect of Grenea, she's wise.
When we arrived at the court of the Crook, there were some fell happenings there. A dryad that seemed to be the leader or somebody important was beginning some sort of Shadowfell incursion and would not hear reason. She'd poisoned the minds of many of the treants there, and as at the request of the one treant we managed to save in your name, we did halt the Feywild, or the Shadowfell incursion into the Feywild, but she had poisoned their minds in some way, and it was a very unhappy sight. There were some wonderful creatures there, that she did much harm to. So there is one treant left.
And did that treant provide a tithe?
I have brought you this on their behalf.
And
There
where
was
is
very
their
little
seed?
left. Seed. Was there a seed in the tree? This
They
is
were
Katie
gonna-
asking.
They were going to give us a seed, but they need that to repopulate the treants.
That's what it was. The seed, because there was only one treant left, they needed the seed to replace themselves. This does have some interesting properties, if you would deign to listen.
I do
to
not
me.
need these baubles. I have no interest in petty magical items.
Would it change your mind at all if this was something that we also received from your son when we met him?
You can see for a moment that as opposed to his face in this ever increasing downward, extremely steep like kind of drop from quite content you're doing what I'm glad that these people are placating me, down to extremely fucking mad very quickly, softens for a moment and plateaus. It is still very angry, but the descent seems to have lessened. It has plateaued.
I do absolutely lack your wisdom and intelligence and knowledge of this realm fully, and it might have been the wrong decision to tell them to continue to propagate themselves so that they could rebuild the court and remain your loyal allies. I am sorry if that was the wrong decision. It would have been fully my fault in being obviously a lesser being.
Can you roll a persuasion check for me, please?
Absolutely. Can I use my natural 20 I got from Sarah?
No, you didn't get a natural 20, you got an inspiration.
Oh, I thought, okay, well, all right, I'll roll a persuasion.
You absolutely can.
I went back and I read the Discord, and I'm pretty sure you said a free nat 20.
Yes, so
oh,
I
and
said...
an inspiration. Okay.
Yeah. So I said to Sarah, tell your DM that you should get a free nat 20 from me, a
Okay.
fellow DM. And her DM said, I'm not going to do that, but I'll give her an inspiration. And it turns out that her inspirations are practically identical to the inspirations that I give, so I think that's a
I
fair
love it.
trade.
I went back because I couldn't remember, and I stopped reading when I saw free nat 20, and I was like, sweet, great. Okay, sounds great. Okay, I didn't mean to roll that with advantage, so I would like to. It was a well, I guess a 16 would be what I would have done to re-roll it anyway.
Yeah, you would have got a 16 if you rerolled, yeah. So you're
Okay.
taking the 13? It's one of the rare
No.
occasions where you can see what the second roll would be if you went for a reroll.
Well, I figure like if I was going to say, well, let me take that advantage,
Yeah.
then I'll take the 16. Could I also use Drip's advantage to try to roll again one more time?
The what advantage, sorry?
Drip's advantage, my axolotl friend who gave me a kiss on the forehead.
Oh! If you use both of them, I'll give you a guaranteed success if you like.
Yes, I will do that.
It seems a bit unfair to make you use. It seems a bit unfair to make you use two, like, single consumable advantages for both of them to fail.
I appreciate that, and I'm just not convinced that I don't need a really good roll since because
Yeah,
of
you do need a good roll. Yeah, you do need a good roll.
And with and I am proficient, but 16
Yeah,
still not super great.
Okay, that does help. It is
And my dress looks really respectful.
I don't want to
squishy.
play the Archfey lightly. Like they definitely don't.
Oh
wanna
yeah,
be
Katie's
fucked
proper scared right now.
with.
That's why I'm like, yeah, I'll use that advantage. Can I also use
sure.
this one? I have nothing else other than
Help me,
casting
please.
guidance on myself, which I
Help.
don't want to do in his presence.
Okay,
So.
sure. He seems to hi Martix.
Hello. And thank you, Sarah.
You can see that his expression definitely softens somewhat. What was the roll for again? You were trying to persuade him that
That I, in my
it was
humble
you. Yes.
lesserness,
Oh yes. Of course.
allowed them to keep that so they could rebuild their
Sure.
court and
Mhm.
continue being his loyal.
Sure.
court
So he says to you.
person.
So what I am hearing is that of the 3 tasks I set you, you succeeded in 2.
Yes.
Perhaps then you should get 2/3 of your reward.
I leave that decision in your capable and knowledgeable hands.
You see at the other side of the room,
Like you
Bearfree,
shaking.
Humphrey looks down to his waist where he has currently got the horn at his side that you handed back to him. And he's like pacing, like not pacing, but like bouncing from foot to foot. You can see he's dead nervous. He is petrified, and he kind of gets that nervous energy and starts like you can see he's like moving forward every now and again. Like he's pacing forward, and you can see it. He's doing it slowly. He's being awkward about it, but he does arrive on the scene, and he kind of like, your Majesty. They successfully thwarted a Shadowfell incursion. We have been rewarding people for doing that. Perhaps it would be appropriate if they were rewarded with their full boon. You can see these sweating buckets. He's like shaking on the spot. And the Ursine King kind of just looks over to him and gives him not a death stare, but an extremely blank expression. If you're over the receiving end of a blank expression, it doesn't feel like a good thing. It doesn't feel like a neutral thing. It feels like an objectively bad thing. And he kind of looks over to him and looks back over to your party.
We've all got like puppy dog eyes.
Oh yeah, I'm doing like my best, absolute best to call forth that like, what is it? What did we call it? Gentleness of spirit.
He ruminates for a moment. I suppose it does not harm me to tell you what you wished to know. If I recall, you have some conditions that you need remedying. You had some questions about their nature and how you might resolve this situation.
I like grab Haiku's shoulder and just like turn them slightly, move their arms. You can see the like large barkness going on.
Yeah. I've just read what Grace said. I thought you said laminates, and I'm like, he just goes wobble wobble.
I loved capable, knowledgeable, and handsome. Wow, so handsome.
Then he kind of, you can kind of see like he's in a position where he wins regardless, right? Like
Yeah.
he knows that he had the upper hand on you under any circumstances. You've gone and done something for him that probably wasn't going to get done by anybody else. He's just got 2 people to basically, placate him and send him some gifts that say, yeah, you're the big guy. Like, as far as he's concerned, like, he's giving you some, some tidbits for free, which, well, not for free, but like, for him, it doesn't cost him anything, and he's gained a lot. With Humphrey also kind of stepping in, and you suspect that had you not brought back the horn, he possibly would not have kind of stepped up quite as much as he did for you. The Ursine King kind of leans forward again and he says, "You are looking for the Archfey of the Court of the Moon. Court of the Moon no longer exists. It is now known as the Obsidian Court because their Archfey left them. She is Countess Palatine Ludmira Ibrium the 16th.
Oh,
This
one
is
more
Haiku
time.
saying this out loud. As well.
What does Haiku say? Oh shit.
Just head in hands going. Boom,
She is located and residing in Then. And I permit Humphrey to tell you how to get there. She is responsible for all the spells that were cast on all of those teleportation circles. I suspect that you will find her in somewhat of a vulnerable state and unstable. But it is possible that she will do as you wish, and you will be free to leave this place once that curse is gone from you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Grace.
Leave me.
Turn on a dime and just start heading out. Like,
Yep.
yes, sir.
Before anything bad happens.
If I turn on a dime too quickly, I'll go over.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to leave the egg behind.
Yeah, you'll have to detach the egg.
Oh, but you don't want to turn. I don't want to turn my back on him.
My beloved egg.
So you back out the room facing, right? That's the
Yeah.
medieval.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay, bowing the whole way.
Mhm.
Okay, so you are separated from the egg and the coral. The branch that you had is still on your back because he found the idea kind of ridiculous.
Thank God, I didn't want to really give that up.
And you are reunited with Humphrey.
And it feels so good.
And he is the doors to the hall kind of close at this point. You've gone from kind of the dawn to the dusk kind of skyline, and he's like, "Woo!"
You did great,
I'll-
Humphrey.
I'll prestidigitate
Thank
all the
you, Hum.
sweat off of him.
He's got like huge fucking sweat pits. He's like his back is drenched as well. He's
So
I'll
where,
dry
like,
it all up.
Hair starts going from as well. Nerve
And,
hair.
yeah, he's got nerve hair all over, and he's just like, oh my god, oh my god, I can't believe I stood up to him.
That was
You
incredible.
did wonderfully.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, whoa, I'm cool.
Yeah, you're badass.
Yeah.
I was
Look at what you did.
that was pretty great.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Badass, I think some people would call
Oh my god, I'm going to start
Good ass.
holding a little bit. Oh my god.
Oh, oh, the bad day back.
it. So
You froze for a
you
second.
both just froze there for a
Oh
second.
really?
Yeah. And you're just like,
I was gonna say he starts like sobbing with relief, just like a little bit,
Oh.
and
Tears of sweat.
I sweat.
tears of sweat. Bleh.
and he leads you away from the hall, back to your like sort of place of residence at the moment. This the cells that you've
A
been
jail
sleeping
cell. Thank you.
in. Yeah.
Cell of residence.
And he just says, I can't believe that went so well.
I'm so glad.
I
Like, I
was
was,
confident
like,
it was going to be okay.
A little
Could've
bit
gone better.
sure. Like I was a little bit sure one of you would be dead at the end of that. Like I didn't want to say anything, but like track record shows that usually someone's dead at this point.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna say anything because then your confidence would be shaken, but you did great.
Yes, Nerly, you did excellent.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
And Haiku, you did amazing at not saying anything.
Very difficult.
All in all, a great day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when I'm gonna shake this adrenaline off.
Go for a run.
This may have changed me forever. Who knows?
Wow.
Whew.
Oh, he's finally become a man.
Trauma
bear.
can do that.
Now, I just I just want to thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to show the Ursine King that I'm not a pushover. I'll do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do.
Strong. Did he call himself a lawyer? Right? They said bear lawyers, right?
I'm a strong lawyer, strong bear
Yeah.
lawyer.
You fight for your clients.
Oh.
I'm continuing to prestidigitate the new sweat off.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh man, could have been me that died today, you know? Could have been me. Oh. Listen, you guys, I'm sure you guys are in a rush. You got some information.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Countess Palatine Ludmira Ibrium.
You know, interestingly, we have.
Yeah, funny you should mention that.
Wait, have
That's a
we?
name. That's a name. That's a name you
Yes.
know.
Yes, Haiku's family is familiar with them.
Yeah.
But that's, you know,
Can I ask
how
for some
do we
background?
Oh, so you're friends.
We're friends with Haiku's family, certainly. How do we
No.
find this
They're friends.
Oh, it's her.
Yeah, it's she.
Nerly's like-
cursed- she.
Oh, she. Yeah.
cursed my
No,
cousin.
no,
and she
we
started
don't.
losing her body from the bottom up,
Okay.
She
Yeah.
cursed her.
and now I built my cousin some new legs, and she's off to hunt her down somewhere.
See, when you say things like that, people will find them out, and I tried to stop you, and I just
I just
Sorry,
want everyone to
I've
be
been
very
talked all
aware.
day so far. I went to the building up.
I just want the record to show that I tried really hard to make sure you didn't say that where other people outside of our group could hear it.
You can see Humphrey start sweating again.
There's
So
a
you're-
cake song with a line that says, "To me, coming from you, friend is a 4-letter word," and that is like what's playing in my head right now. And he's like, "Those are your friends," and I'm like, "To me, coming from you." Yeah, continue.
He says,
Was that your
Ugh.
neck?
It was his
Oh
neck.
God!
I'm gonna say no. So you guys are gonna go have a reasonable discussion with the Countess Palatine Ludmira Ibrium.
Do you know if like she is a fan of groveling or if she's more you know,
She
Groveling?
was an archfey, so read that as you will. You've met enough of them now.
I turn to Oro and I'm like, Oro, if she says that we have to play some sort of a gambling game or something for this, I nominate you. I don't want to have to do that. I'll do all the talking, but I just don't. I don't know even how to gamble. I just
Just don't
understand that's
cheat.
the thing that happens.
You just don't cheat.
Yep.
It'll be fine.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know, I trust your judgment. I think you have made some good decisions. Several.
Yeah. At
good
least two.
decisions. And
There were two.
and I think that everything will be. I choose to believe that everything will be okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Countess,
Mhm.
many refer to her just as Ludmira, so we don't have to say their whole name every time. She, as far as I have heard, and clearly the Ursine King has heard, is in Then. Do you know about Then?
No.
No, everybody was very mysterious when we tried to ask them about it.
Okay. So then
I heard it was like a place out of time. Something.
it's... Well, what's time, you know?
Well, back when we
Something
were
that
away
doesn't
came
apply
from,
to this place.
not a lot of it.
We used to have something
Um,
called night. I miss the night. And the day.
So So it then is more of a, like many places in the Feywild, it's more of a concept.
So do we travel there through like a mind state, or do we travel there through an actual physical state?
You gotta go there, but it's
Okay.
it finds you. You know, you
Does that
find
even
it.
mean?
You find it, but it finds you. You know, the legends say that you find then in a state of deep regret.
Oh. I think
Randall
we could
just
probably
looks
get to
at
that
Haiku.
pretty easily, actually. As a
Yeah,
group.
Randall just looks at Haiku like.
You know what? I'm gonna go point my hand, my fucking force ballista at the Earth Sign King. Then we'll...
That would have been hilarious as if we failed and I somehow pissed him off, and my regret was so great that we just got transported to them. Well, now where the fuck are we?
Then is a place of rumination, not lamination. It's where people go that are lost in their own memories of their regret. So usually
we might have enough regret for not saving Astraficus. I know I
No,
do.
I don't think that's the one.
I might get you there.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Maybe it's like Peter Pan's fairy dust and we can all regret our own different things.
Oh, like
So-
a cumulative regret.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, the legends suggest that you can find your way there if you go back to the site of a place of regret. So, is there anywhere in the Feywild that you've been where something has happened that maybe you wish had gone differently? Anything that has happened that maybe some might construe as negative, and that you
Haiku might
wish
not have,
didn't
but Jack
occur?
definitely does. That fucking that whisper in my ear and the entire mess I created.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, there's the whole, burning our whole place down.
That didn't burn the
What-
whole place down.
What about just wandering into that tree without asking any of us a thing?
All the leaves got stripped of their knowledge.
Mm.
Don't really regret that. They started writing themselves back. It was fine.
Yeah.
The thing that came to Katie's mind is not being able to save Atticus. But that's not in the Feywild.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to get back to.
Yeah. Are you
Sure, it's Nuri's not regretting getting the phone number for the unicorns. when we teleport past them.
That's Neuralie's biggest regret in the Feywild. Number 1, not getting the zip code for the unicorns. Number 2, not saving the pretty elf. Those are my top 2.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't want to go back to the Wabbajack. What is this? What is it called? Not Wabbajack.
Jabberwock.
The Wabbajack.
The Wabbajack is Sheogorath's magic item in the Elder Scrolls series. The Wabbajack.
There you go.
Which is probably derived from Jabberwock now that I think about it.
Yeah, probably
That
is.
makes sense for the god of madness and chaos. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not god. Daedric Prince. Sorry, continue. We're not playing the Elder Scrolls right now. I just like ADHD'd, was like have to
one
know.
body of
have to
lore at a
know.
time.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna lean back for a second whilst you guys have a little bit of a think about where in the Feywild would be suitable, appropriate.
Biggest
So-
regrets.
Is it biggest regret for individually or
Together.
Do we all have to
the
regret it?
group regret? Yeah. Do we all have to regret? the
I mean,
thing?
if you're all trying to go to the place together, it would make sense for it to be a group
Would
regret.
make sense,
Okay.
yeah.
Is there any place where we as a group regret
I
something?
feel like the tree, not the
The
tree
tree,
place,
but,
was a pretty big regret.
Yeah,
Like it made it
I
more awkward with the Earth Sign King, and like we kill those people, and
It was
like,
really
all burnt
sad when it
down.
was just one
It was
left.
really sad.
killing the Dryad who was trying to fuck up all the stuff and sacrifice this thing. Don't regret that at
Yeah,
all.
no,
'cause
no,
She was
but-
an asshole.
Yeah.
I regret not being able to save the goat things
Yeah,
And the treants.
and the treants.
and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
treants. Once I realized they were being mind controlled, then I felt real bad about it.
Yeah.
Until then, I was like, "You asshole minions, get out of my way."
I
So yeah,
regret not killing
probably.
Barry when we had the chance. When that frisbee in the back of his head.
Don't think the frisbee would have killed him. I think it would have just pissed him off and made him try to bathe in our blood.
That would have given me an excuse to kill him.
Ah, I see.
Hmm.
Premeditated self-defense, you say?
Like,
Yeah, probably the tree then. Which
Yeah.
I think was what Tom was insinuating. But also, I genuinely do regret the goats. I
To be
regret
fair,
not
when
getting
I-
the zip code.
I don't
when I
particularly regret
cooked
that.
this up, I was like, there are some different, there are plenty of different so,
Does-
things you can suggest for this.
Haiku and Randall might. Well, I don't know. Haiku might also regret this. Randall somewhat regrets not asking more questions when they were in the whatever it is, Cornelius, the dream. Conlectus's dream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Haiku also regrets not staying in there and finding out what it is.
Yeah, I do. I would have also have definitely died.
You would have fallen unconscious,
And then died.
and then I would have fixed it. Because your body was still there in the physical sense.
As always, seriously, if Durley would like died, we'd be fucked.
Oh, yeah.
If I died, yeah, you're in trouble. That's bad news, Bears.
And we can't even buy any potions anymore.
Wait, why can't you buy potions?
What
Potions
do you
are dead.
mean? Why can't I find potions?
Oh.
Oh,
Listen,
you
I
remember the elf we met for 2 seconds?
Yeah, he was real pretty and nice. He was nice. Or
Yeah.
at least was not an asshole outright immediately.
This
then
was a
died.
complex being. You had to get to know him. Yeah, he had to open himself up to you. He just had these barriers closed all the time.
You know what? Our mental illness and our trauma is not an excuse to be an asshole.
Yeah, you're right.
Da-da-da-da. The more you know. Do, 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 do.
It's just occurred to me that cable we could occasionally see is because of your gloves.
Oh, yes. I've got no strings to hold me down, to make me frown.
Haku, do you really not regret the fire tree things? When you set them all on fire?
Not particularly.
I'm sure you regret
Oro will remember this.
the party disapproves. Surely you regret the goat things dying, though, right? Because even if you don't regret them dying, then they could have led you to that thing, whatever your thing is.
Yeah, but could we have actually done anything to save them? I don't think we could have.
Well, I mean,
Well,
if we
but
were
if
there
you
in
don't-
time.
Yeah, if we were there, we could have just stopped her from being able to do that. I think probably, and there were two of them, and one of them was a baby. I
Yeah.
think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was charmed. Do I regret things when I'm charmed?
Yeah, because you're charmed, but you're not
After
like
them, you
wholly
can.
mind controlled. Also, even if you don't regret them dying, those you could have used to get your thing, your quest thing
Yeah.
for your family. So, big regret not being able to fulfill your quest.
Do you regret Randall not saving you in the fire?
Now there we could agree.
See, I feel like that's more of like an anger than a regret situation.
Yeah.
But, you know, Haiku's slow descent into evil is turning into a water slide.
I don't think Haiku would regret that.
That's
I'm
fair, though.
saying.
That's fair. Because neutral alignment is kind of silly the way that it's presented, but I feel like when someone is a neutral person, then it's like what did that really affect in the grand scheme of things in a way that I should regret it enough to be transported to a magical place you can only really reach from extreme regret. That makes sense to me. Which is why I was spinning it more like you could have fulfilled your family's generations-long mission and you didn't do it. Don't you regret that?
Yeah, you didn't do it.
Yeah, could have.
Could have done it.
Now I just feel bad.
Didn't do it.
That's
It's a regret.
that bad
That's
feeling,
regret.
Haiku? That's
Ding, ding,
regret.
ding.
What the fuck, guys? I'm really bad here.
Listen, you're the
I'm
one
turning
that's
into
gonna turn
bar.
into a
I
tree.
lost a
Yeah.
friend.
And
You had
And
2
that-
conversations with them.
I know, right?
Sometimes you just click.
I feel like I should have waited to evoke these emotions into you until we were there, so we could have used them to get to then.
It's all
But-
coming out now.
It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, just done. The regret is so great. Grief is still too near.
I just fades out from the 3 of you. I would have really felt bad.
You successfully transport to then on your own.
So Humphrey, wait, is he Humphrey? Or is he Bear Free?
He's Humphrey. Humphrey is
Okay,
the
that's what I
human
thought,
one.
'cause
Bear
human,
Free
yeah.
is the bear one
bear
who didn't
one.
like you guys.
Yeah. Mrr. So Humphrey, can you get us to the X core of the crook quickly? Can you use the transport things like the other
You mean the groaning tree?
groaning tree? What did I say?
You said X court of the crook.
Weren't they the core of the crook?
was a thing,
Why do I
wasn't
have the crook in my notes? In my notes, I literally have tithe from the crook, court of the maelstrom, and the clout. Tree and crook.
The Treant Crook. I've got the Treant Crook.
It's the
Maybe what it is a
or
tree
tri-
and crook, but
or
it's called
Triant
the
Crook.
court.
yeah,
At Groaning Tree. Groaning Tree is the place.
yeah.
Court of
Username.
groaning tree.
The crook is the term for the group.
Okay. Okay.
Crook
Look,
of
if I put
Treants.
my gloves on backwards, I'm a Rakshasa. Just kidding. It's because this one's not heating up and now my right hand's cold. Yeah, so I meant to say, Nurley would have said groaning tree because Katie misunderstood.
Okay. I mean, I could have just explained it better.
Also, it could have just been the way I took the notes, honestly.
I throw a lot of words at you guys. It would be unreasonable to expect you to remember them all.
Some
I
of them are all
appreciate
one
that.
name.
And you know what? I remember when we were there and Chiasmus, like, I expected, because Chiasmus was related to Haiku, that we would probably get a little bit more, like, personal experience, right? She'd have a more fleshed out, like, story. But
Sure.
when the name was so long and specific, I was like, am suspicious. Am suspicious. So then when you started to say it, as soon as you were like, Lou, I was like, no, it's her. I knew it. I knew it. Anyway.
I thought you guys might appreciate this though, because I had the whole like thing of like, oh, Chiasmus is going off on her own. This is her own quest. You guys are not going to see Chiasmus again for a while,
Yeah.
and now you've got to go. You're both looking for the same person.
And I just hope we get there first.
Mm.
And if
All
we
at the same time.
Haiku,
Yeah.
Nerly comes over and she's like, hands on your shoulders, looks at you very seriously. Do not tell Ludmilla that you know Chiasmus. Do not tell her. If she knows already, that's fine. Don't deny it. Don't deny it. But don't tell her. Okay?
Okay, but what if we get there and there is an empty turtle shell on the floor?
Then we cure you first, and then we
No.
do whatever. But you'll
That's
Why would
such a good idea.
Don't write that down.
Wow.
A little broken wheelchair.
Wow.
People are going through Haiku's head. Motions all over the place.
But if you
Like,
turn
so
into a
I wish you were
tree-
here, Haiku.
I will try, Nerly, but I can't make any promises.
just in blood
Oh
is
my
HAI and half of a K.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Where were you?
Oh my
It
god.
actually might be
Haiku
easy.
is
Someone trying to-
retransported. So
Someone
then-
trying to learn the charm spell and just constantly charming me to not talk about chaos.
Listen, we've lived through entire campaigns that were centered around mind control. It's okay to delve into it a bit, but I don't think this one's going to be quite so centered about that.
Yeah, we're not doing a lot of that now. I'm trying to lean away from mind control now.
Thank God.
It was fine. It was just that I was the only one that was susceptible to it, and I was like, God fucking damn it! It's gonna be me again. Why me? Weak will cards. God damn it! It's like me in real life, though. Like I have a high wisdom score, but I do not have proficiency in the saves. This doesn't seem like a bad idea. Let's do it. Oh no, I have regrets.
Oh,
even
consequences of my own actions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I have the
well,
best intentions.
you guys have a
Said
chance
in Jinx's
to have a bit of a think about where you might go.
Do some thinking.
Some thinking about where you might go in order to bring yourself to then.
Wait,
So
did
that you
Humphrey
might-
answer that question?
Well, you asked. So, what did you ask him? Sorry.
I thought we figured out that we were going to the court of the
Oh,
droning
right.
tree.
Oh, you asked him if he could get you there quickly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't have special powers.
Do you know anyone who
Okay.
could get
Is
us
there
there?
anything you can do, Humphrey?
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry.
just told us
What?
he can get us the information we need to cure you of your
You
bark.
all was on that journey to the groaning tree. You were all there.
Yeah, I know it
so
sucked.
much better. if
I know
we
it sucked,
could
but
take a
Bearfrey didn't
shortcut.
deserve that, okay? He just saved our
It's
asses.
Humphrey,
in
not
there.
Bearfrey.
Humphreys. Did I say Bearfrey? I meant to say Humphrey.
Oh my god. Listen, I understand that you're in a spot of bother, okay?
It's almost like
you
we're
can't
close
speak
to
to other
regret.
people like that, alright?
Can we talk about
I'm a civil
How-
servant.
how deeply British a phrase a spot of bother is? You said that, and I was like, chef's kiss. We'll have a mess now.
I can't get you there fast, but I'm
Yes,
sure
that's
you'll
slow.
find. I'm sure you'll find your way there, and I'm sure the DM won't put several encounters between there and here.
Oh, gonna meet Barry all over again.
We're killing him
Barry
this
o'clock.
time. if we do.
Barry
We're
o'clock.
What
killing
if it's
him.
not Barry? What if it's like Sally?
I don't care.
Lineman.
That's a great idea.
When Barry met Sally.
When Barry.
Oh my
That's
god,
so romantic.
Tortu, your sister gave birth, so I'm at hospital, but I hope you're one. Oh my god,
Oh
is
my
your sister
God.
okay?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Wow.
Oh my god, I hope it was a easy birth. Hope she's
Yeah.
alright. Hope the baby's
Oh my
okay.
god. Are you Tio Tortu now? Tio Tortu!
I was gonna say because
Oh,
we
nice
spoke
ring
about
to
what the gender neutral term was for aunt and uncle.
I was wondering. Yeah, I was like,
Well, I
I don't
can't remember
know.
what it was. I did ask Tortu about this before, but I've forgotten.
Easy bird.
She's a pro gamer. She was like, GG, easy.
Damn.
See you next.
Nice.
Easy mid.
Oh yeah.
Ankle? I don't know. That's
Ankle.
what Tortu said last time I asked about this. They said ankle.
Ankle.
That was definitely a joke.
Tortu's already an ankle. Because the sister already has a baby.
Yeah, I mean ankle times 2.
Double ankle.
I didn't know that.
Double ankle. I think we didn't come up with a term. You said
I
ankle.
like ankle, honestly. I
I
like
went
it.
back.
Let
I
me.
went ankle. And I'm not saying it's the official term, but that's what we got for now.
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause it
Hold on, I
combines
bet
the
there
two.
is one.
Yeah. It was ankle with a
That's-
C.
That took me too long.
Your son's birthday, buddy? That's cute.
It's definitely better than the other way around. The aunt is not a good.
Yeah, no, that's not cute. That's not cute. All right. Well, I mean, we've hit the 20 minutes past 10
Oh my god.
threshold now.
Last time I looked at the time, it was
that's way
10.
beyond.
Okay.
So we're probably gonna have to call it quits there.
Yes,
But turns out the person that you need to go to chat about removing this curse is also the person responsible for cursing Chiasmus.
Dun, dun,
Crazy!
dun.
What a coincidence!
Crazy.
Damn
What
it.
a dilemma.
Crazy.
All right.
All right. What I'll
We
do
were
is I'll
considering
first
just becoming a tree.
I'll copy and paste. I'll copy and paste her name into the
Oh,
into the
thank you.
chat.
At least I can't go like spreading things I shouldn't be saying as a tree. Okay.
Oh, maybe.
Grow the branches into shapes of rumors.
God. Oh, Docs has bigger Christmas lights because we're all using Zoom's filter, and Docs doesn't have an updated client, so
Yeah.
I just added fairy
Are you
lights
on-
for Docs.
Yeah,
You
these
on
are these
Linux
are
at
these
the
are
moment, Docs?
these are pity lights.
Maybe.
You think that maybe might be part of the reason?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
also I haven't updated it, but you know.
Oh, okay.
It might have an update, I don't know.
Wait, what happened?
Just
Jack's
talking about
making fun of me.
Zoom.
That's
It's yeah, mildly making fun of Docs because he uses Linux sometimes.
Pibbling.
Why would you make
Parent
someone?
sibling.
I refuse to use the phrase pippling. I've
What
heard
do
people
you
suggest that
mean?
before for siblings, or pibbling is your cousins, right? Or
Parent
something. I
sibling.
forget. Yes. No, I won't be using pibbling. Absolutely.
Grace, that is
Yikes.
an excellent screenshot in the D&D.
Yeah.
Oh, gotta go look.
Yeah. Nibbling. See, the problem with that, Grace, is that you can't clarify one B in English when you're saying it out loud. Like in Italian, if there were two B's for like nibbling, like with your mouth, you would be like nibbling, nibbling, because there's a double there. But in English, we don't do any of the like double enunciations for consonants. So you're just going to be telling people you're nibbling all the time. No one's going to know what you mean.
Just have the new baby just call you Tortu.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
I saw-
Okay.
I saw some discussions where some things that had been kind of decided upon for like Spanish and Latin languages are like TT or ZZ as like alternatives because of the like root words that the words come from. And I love the idea of ZZ because then you can be ZZ Tortu like ZZ Top.
That's pretty cool.
I know it's a complicated thing.
Mm-hmm.
Language is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Should just get rid of it.
Yeah, cousin is already gender neutral. I was really confused. I forgot what pibbling was for. I was like, wait, I remember it has something to do with like family, sibling, other. Yeah, anyway, continue. Gender's hard. That's why I'm just a goblin.
Can confirm. Have seen the hoodie. Very good merchandise.
A big goblin in
can
the
obtain. Can obtain where? What? Oh, he's wearing it right now.
Wow.
Jenny's wearing hers right
And
now.
all along.
There's so much goblin energy going around.
I think it's backwards. Yeah.
No,
It's the right way
not
for us.
It's only backwards for you.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can click to have your own camera mirrored in Zoom if you would like.
But that's not how you'll be used to looking at
I'm
yourself.
too deep into it now. I can't change.
Yeah, now if you do it, you'll look at yourself backwards and
Yeah.
you'll be like, wait a second.
That's right. I can just look at the stream and be like, okay, that's what I look like. Sure, that's fine. Okay, that's what I need. All right. Anyway, that's Tom with some prep for like at least one more session already.
Whoa.
Wow.
Not too
Sweet.
many left before. We'll probably have some off for Christmas anyway.
Well, there's that, but also I've had 2 additional days off in a row. I've had 4 days off because I took the days off after my Fiverr. So
Smart.
I've had time to. I had energy when it came to today. I was like, I can actually do some D&D prep. I was revved up. Right.
Dr. Prep.
Let's close.
Dr.
all
Prepper. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks again to Malkavir for the prompt that we used today. Good. It's been a pleasure playing with you guys, and chilling with our wonderful chat. If you've got any more prompts, throw them in there if you'd like. I will continue to say that writing prompts is hard, especially when you know the players and the characters and what they will and won't want to answer.
Also, there's a lot there already, and we've
there is
answered a
there is
lot of things.
Yes, we have. It's difficult to come up with prompts that we haven't already covered at some point in some degree. But I mean, at some point we're going to have to start going over some old ones, just because your characters have developed. You're going to have different answers.
That's true.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
you also might not remember what you previously said, and you might still give a good answer that's different.
Yes.
Right. Anyway, that's us for now.
I love that the qualifier there was you might still give a good answer. And also it could be different.
Maybe.
Tortu. Every time Tom is busy and you at them, they have to announce the doctor will see you now before answering.
Like I said, I'm kind of already forgetting that I'm a doctor, to be honest. But yeah.
Well,
I have to get the
we're
paperwork
not.
through so I can change my name.
All right,
And
well,
occasionally get some post with it.
are we all around next week, 11th?
Think
Next
so.
I think so.
Sunday?
Yeah, should be.
Yeah? All right, well, we'll see you hopefully probably next week. Goodbye. See you later. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.